Welcome again. We have community board 4 operates under what we call a hybrid policy. The details of which you can find on our website. Our board members are expected to be here in person unless they have a particular reason to be excused. And those board members who are on Zoom, we ask you all to keep your face open. Have your video on. Okay. We want everybody from the public to participate, as many as you want, on Zoom, and we have a limited number of spots here in the actual physical office space. Okay. I'd like to begin. I don't know how many of you have been here before, just to let you know our process. We ask for applicants to present. We then have people from our committee, the BLP, comment, ask questions of the applicant, and then members of the community. We end up writing a letter to the SLA, but that first has to go to the full board. And the next full board meeting will be in the end of July. July 24th, that's correct. And they will have the final say, sending it to the state liquor authority. My name is Bert Lazarin. I am the co-chair of the committee. To my left is
Chenko.
that's my right. To my left is
Frank Halsey, the co-chair of the committee.
and to my right is
Other left, Chenko member.
Tadarinas member.
Wendy Gonzalez member.
Alan Austin member.
Christine Burton member.
Candace Hewitt member.
Greg Morris member.
Tina Nelson member.
And just to form the committee, next month we're going to have a new member, James McDonald, who's one of the people who was just appointed to committee board 4.
okay.
We have 2 people on Zoom too. With Carrie tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, have them introduce themselves.
Yes.
Hi, Carrie Keenan, member.
Mike.
Mike Noble, member.
Okay. Very good. We have an agenda tonight of the 11 items, 3 of which we have for the first time outdoor dining under the new rules and regs. Theoretically, or actually, these come to us from the Department of Transportation, which have already looked them over and approved them, and asking for our concern, perceptions, suggestions. But as you many know, and some of you don't know, because we might be here for the first time, we arrange our agenda by type of application. So the first item on the agenda is an applicant that exists, but it's just changing its method of operation. This is item number 1 on the agenda. And by the way, item 2 on the agenda, for you who are not aware, postpone. So don't concern yourself with item number 2 tonight. Okay, they postpone. So item number 1, again, just changing the method of operation. It's 805 9th Avenue, August Hospitality Management. They want to upgrade from a wine and beer cider license to a full liquor license. Is the applicant here?
Yes, I'm here. My name is Bolo. I'm the CEO of August Hospitality Management. I'm also the owner of Intel. Okay. Yeah. So we are trying to apply for the full liquor license because the full liquor license was always the goal. We're gonna start the beer and only to facilitate the process and be ready for opening. And now we open on December 5th, 2023. And we open for 6+ months. And we always been a great neighbor. with no complaints. So it's nothing is going to change in terms of hours of operations, noise level in the restaurant, or the overall the way I'm operating the restaurant. It's still gonna be a fine dining restaurant with fine dining manners. The full liquor license is just a way to offer a better service and experience to our guests, and also to improve our cocktail menus. Actually, we had quite a few people not staying at the bar because I did not have the full bar. So especially in the house kitchen, full liquor license, I think it's almost is necessary for the business reason. Yes, and also in addition, we're also trying to apply for the sidewalk cafe. It's just the way to manifesting the presence as a restaurant from the street. Than a revenue stream, but it will just limit it to the couple of tables and chairs, and stay against the travel window. Yes.
Okay, just a couple of technical questions.
Yes.
The number of seats and tables on your current application is a little different from the one you submitted in 2023. Now you say you have 19 tables and 40 seats. Back then you said 15 tables and 38 seats. Are the numbers in the new application the more accurate, are the current ones?
Oh, so at inside the restaurant, we still only have 38 seats total.
Okay.
It doesn't change.
Okay, because now on the one you or your lawyer submitted in May, you have 19 tables and 40 seats. Should I go back to 15 and 38, or why don't you just email the board office by the end of the week about what numbers you want?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we will send out the accurate number. But right now, at least what I know is inside the restaurant is only 38 seats.
Okay, and the same with the bar. On this application, you say you want 14 seats at the bar. Before you said you had 8. So again, you don't have to just let us know what numbers you want on the current application.
Yes, for the bar, I can tell you right now, it's only 8 seats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the old numbers are probably accurate, but if you would email Nellie in the board office by the end of the week with accurate numbers.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
The other thing is, and your lawyer might have told you this, we are not, under the new procedures, we do not approve sidewalk cafes at this time. You have to file with the Department of Transportation. They look at the plans, they send them to us after they've approved them. And that's when we'll have the actual plans, and that's when we'll look at them. So
Yes.
we're gonna have to eliminate the sidewalk cafe from this application and wait till we get the plans from the Department of Transportation. Okay?
Understood. Yes.
And your method of operation, I know last time around, we had some stipulations about background music only, and the door would be closed. I assume you're continuing that procedure.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry.
In your prior application, stipulation, and now a letter to the FLA, and you agreed to it, to have background music only, and the doors will be closed.
Yes, the door will be closed all the time. Yes.
And background music only.
Yes, background music only. No DJ, no live music.
That's those stipulations will continue.
You want to repeat those, Bert?
Yes.
Okay, background music only, and the door and windows will be closed.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, any questions from Tina?
I don't know how important this is, but I did notice that in your paperwork, you attached the notice that you put on your door in April. So the question is, did you notify your neighbors in any way through postings on your restaurant that there would be a meeting tonight?
Yes, we have the notification on the window, almost more than a month.
Steve, you have a question?
So at the time, probably somebody visited the backyard, right?
Yeah, in the
Okay with that?
backyard was covered in, the August 2023. It was submitted then and we
Any
approved it then.
stipulation on that?
No, the only additional steps were the ones
Okay.
purchased, right?
And then the question is about the vestibule. You said you're going to use a vestibule, an outside vestibule. And I want to know what's the size of this one that you are using?
Yeah, so as what we're gonna do is for the sidewalk cafe, it's only for the warmer months, which the vestibule won't be there. And we will take away the table and seats, and then we in the winter we put the vestibule back.
So I did ask the size of the vestibule.
Oh, the
How
vestibule?
big is it?
Yeah, so it's I don't remember top of my head is what exactly the number is. But we did have that in the winter. And we didn't see any issue, during the winter. It's just like a regular size wall.
A regular, okay, so the regular vestibule is no good, it's illegal. So it has to be a vestibule of 18 inches maximum to be legal.
Yeah. No, it's almost smaller than the size of our other restaurant on 16th Street, actually.
That's not the question. That's not the question. The question is it 18 inches or less?
Yeah, I believe so. But I would double check. For sure.
You'll agree to a stipulation that the vestibule will be 18 inches or less. Right, we'll put that in one of the things you're agreeing to.
Yes.
More than 18 inches away from
From
the
the building.
building line.
So against the building. Yeah.
The depths of the.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
Okay,
So let's make sure that you are putting that in and not the 3-foot one.
We'll do. Understood. Thank you.
so we have an email from the HK 4954 Block Alliance. Said that the owner met with them in May. Community reacted favorably to the application with the understanding that they would continue to adhere to the stipulation. There'd be no open doors or windows with any amplified sound, which they just.
any questions, comments from the committee? Mary, anybody online?
No, there's no one.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve with the stipulations.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I see Carrie's hand up and I heard Michael's voice. Okay, good luck. We're now moving on to the next three applications are new applications for wine, beer, and cider licenses. First one is 198 9th Avenue. Okay, it is hours of operation 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week.
Right, so before we get started, this is one that this committee approved in April with the stipulation that they get an acoustic report. They then went back to the board office and said acoustic report was going to be prohibitively expensive. They talked to the people. Remember, this was a guy, I think, whose back brick wall abutted theirs. They said it was going to be problematic. The applicant said they met with all of the surrounding people, and they were okay with and proposed what they were going to do for acoustic work, and that the neighbors are all fine with that. Nellie and I decided that we weren't going to unilaterally change the STIP and send it to full board since they had agreed to the acoustic report. So we asked them to come back. They postponed a couple times, but they're now here. Nellie did tell them we want to hear from the neighbors who objected last time that they're okay with this, and we haven't gotten anything in writing yet, so we'll see what the applicant has to say. But again, the application's been approved once. The only question is how we're handling the acoustic report issue versus the acoustic work they've done instead of getting a report.
And the pictures look like it's thorough acoustic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice
Yeah,
space.
well, again, we
Yeah.
can, it's open for discussion,
Well,
but
that's
that's the
the
reason,
object-
the reason they're back here is
Mhm.
we didn't want to waive outside of a BLP meeting,
Right.
the prior condition of getting the report. I think the answer.
Where is the applicant?
Andrew, this is you, right?
That's you, you're muted, Andrew.
Sorry about that. I'm here for the applicant. My name is Andrew Ma. I represent the applicant, 198 Associates. So as you said before, we're back here again after doing the soundproofing work and after reaching out to the surrounding neighbors. We posted notices and letters to them, and we've been in contact with them and we've been in touch, and they seem to be in support of the work that we've done to the premises as far as soundproofing is concerned. And we're back here to see if there's any additional requirements that may be necessary in order to get the support of the community board. And we're, like always, we're always open to suggestions that you might have.
Okay, I mean, did you actually sort of talk directly with a couple of people who, raised
Yes.
soundproofing concerns at our last meeting, or the last time we heard this?
Yes, in our last meeting, I think the neighbor from the side, 363, was a person that spoke up about the potential noise issue that our restaurant would cause. So what we did was a few days after the meeting, my client sent him a letter asking to speak with him about the potential noise issues and what soundproofing work that we could do. My client reached out to him. They had a short phone call followed by some email exchanges, and they seem to be, happy with the idea that we'll be doing the soundproofing work. But other than that, there's been no more additional communication. It seems like they're happy with what we've done.
When you're saying you do soundproofing work, could you give me a little bit more
Sure.
depth to that?
In our last meeting, we noticed that most of the noise was coming from the back wall of the restaurant, which was just bare brick. There was hardly any insulation, which is why the neighbor from the adjacent house had complaints, because the previous owners, I think it was a cafe, they had some noise issues when they were operating there. And also we were concerned about the potential noise to the neighbors upstairs. So, instead of going with the acoustic reports, which was very expensive in my client's estimation and from the quotes that we received, we actually just went ahead with the soundproofing work because we knew where the issue was. So, we reinforced the back wall with a lot of insulation, and I think the noise issue should be fairly minimal going forward.
Last, you also agreed to install some soundproofing on the ceiling. Did you do that?
Yes, we did. We also had the insulation extend to the creases near the ceiling, and they installed new materials on the ceiling part to, I guess, insulate and bounce the noise back to the store.
And you definitely posted signs about tonight that you're coming back tonight.
Yes,
So
we
this-
posted notices in the utility poles of the 4 blocks surrounding the premises. We also posted notices to the upstairs tenants and the next door neighbor.
Yeah, first let's see if anybody from the committee has any comments, questions? Candace?
Hi, I'm just looking at your pictures here. What exactly, the 2 layers of the sheetrock, it's a batter board, which is like a compressed, cardboard. Is that what you guys used, and then sheetrock? I'm just trying to, I know that you said a lot of insulation, but this is just regular insulation. There's certain insulation that you use for actual sound.
Right.
So I was just trying to figure out what kind of material you guys used.
I don't have a lot of details on that. I can get that for you. Maybe a list of materials and a list of work that they did. But I think it will be a better idea for that to come from the contractors who actually did the work. If you want a more detailed explanation, I think that's the best way to go.
I think that would be helpful.
Yeah, I just like in the ceiling detail, I see that they put acoustical sealant there to kind of around the deck area and over the seams, but the boards they used is just compressed cardboard and then one layer of sheetrock. It's usually 2 layers of sheetrock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I'll get you more photos as well. Because when we sent the photos, it was in the midway of doing this soundproofing. So we should have more photos because the project was further along now and it should be.
And a paragraph or two describing what it actually is.
Okay, sure. I think that
Kelly,
would be a
when
good
do you
idea.
need this by? I know we have more time because of the July board meeting.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I will need it by,
Looking earlier.
Yeah,
will-
maybe like 2 weeks earlier.
I will be on
Or-
vacation. I will be on,
Oh,
so I need it by the 8th.
July 8th?
Yes.
Okay. All right, can you get us that by July 8th?
Sure, that sounds doable. Yeah. We can do that.
Any other additional questions, comments? Is there anybody from the community now?
No, there's no one.
I make a motion
Any motion is taken? I mean, yes.
with following steps.
So we're, I mean, I guess I'm okay. I'm a little nervous if we didn't,
Yeah.
not nervous, but
I feel like it's okay, but just on that board, I mean, it is, they did around the beams, around the seams, you know, you can tell they did the sealant. It's just a compressed board, that's what we use to roll things on.
yeah.
It's just one extra layer, but it's,
Yeah, I would prefer to hear something affirmative from the neighbor, but we
Yeah.
can't force people to say that, so. If notice of this meeting was posted, we know the neighbor knows to look out for them, so I guess I'm okay with where we are. So what we'd be doing would be adding a stip that you're gonna submit to the board office a description of the soundproofing done and materials used by July 8th, right?
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
And eliminate the stipulation that they get a sound recording, and implement the sound recording.
Okay, so is that your motion, Karen?
yes, that is.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Person not eligible, abstaining, okay. Looking forward to those additional photos and the description. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 4 on our agenda, 124 West 25th Street. The Taberu Nomu Incorporated.
Michael Kelly representing the applicant. Voila, do you want to introduce yourself? The owner is here. I don't know if he can hear me. But let me go on. This is a restaurant wine license application for Taberu Nomu Inc., doing business as Taberu Nomu, located at 124 West 25th in the old Pasillo space. We're a very small, full-service sushi restaurant with one counter that has 11 seats. There's also a small service bar over to the side. All the seating is on the first floor. Hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week. There's background music, no outdoor seating. The owner also operates Kahuku Ramen at 709 9th Avenue between West 48th and 49th Streets. They've had a restaurant wine license since November of 2023. We did submit photos of all our postings, the ones in our window and on the block, on lampposts. All block associations on the list were notified. If there are any questions, we'll be happy to answer.
I don't.
Anybody on the committee have a question? No. Okay.
Good one.
The only hand that's raised is Mike's. Anybody else? Anybody from the community now?
No, there's no one.
Okay,
Motion to approve. Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, looks like it's approved.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 5. 223 West 14th Street, Mad Hops Inc.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Nice to see you. My name is Anthony Caraballo. I'm the representative for Mad Hops Inc. I'm joined by the applicants Jamie Ventura and Louis Cruz. They have another establishment of a similar nature in Queens with a tavern wine license as well. This premises is 223 West 14th Street. That's between 7th and 8th Avenue. For reference, the prior occupant was a pharmacy, which recently closed down. This again is beer and wine only, background music only, projected 3 tables with 12 seats, a counter, a bar with 12 seats as well. Projected hours of operation are 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday, and 12 p.m. to 1 a.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Proper and required posting were done on May 24th, and the outreach email was sent on May 28th. We didn't get any replies. Both applicants have significant experience in the industry with their own place. They're currently licensed, as I indicated. They're responsible and law-abiding operators in their Queens location. This will be a very similar concept. This will be a beer specialty store with exclusive and rare beers. There'll be tastings. There's a plan for more than 300 beer selections, including 20 on draft, which will be changed weekly. We would be glad to answer any questions the committee may have. Thank you for having us.
Just a couple technical things first. You did not circle anything about what type of music you plan to have. You're gonna have at least background music or nothing at all?
Just background music and no outdoor seating.
Okay, and then on page 2 of the form, you answered the questions, yes, so you're gonna have a security plan, if so, please attach. And I didn't see anything attached to security.
You don't need a security.
What?
You don't need a security.
No, you don't need one, but you said, I was just asking.
Yeah, I can email that to Nelly. I can actually email it as soon as I finish this presentation. I could send it right in.
I mean, you have one? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's a basic security plan that I submit to the State Liquor Authority with applications detailing what, basically what the applicants will do to avoid sale to minors, visibly intoxicated people, if they have cameras.
Okay, all right, we did get one email from a community member who lives in the building objecting to this, but maybe we'll see if anyone's here in person. If not, I'll read this later.
Any questions from committee members, comments? Now, is anybody here from the community?
No, there's no one.
Okay, so this email said, the building's at 221, 223 West 14th, apartment condominium. I'm a longtime owner and resident. In the 30 years that I've lived here, the commercial spaces have never served alcohol or food and never stayed open beyond 5 or 6 p.m. This is a small residential building. The construction does not offer any soundproofing. All sounds from the commercial space are heard clearly in the residential unit. The noise, along with the inevitable individuals gathering outside of the bar, will seriously erode the quality of life of the residents. In a city where housing is scarce and at premium, I believe it would be in the best interest of the climate of the community to deny the request for a permit.
So can we do the same thing as for sound?
I would think so. I mean, it hasn't been.
It's never been a restaurant bar before, so it would seem silly for us to approve this without some sort of soundproofing in that request.
And getting the sound report, because really,
Mhm.
I mean, we are not, if people do the soundproofing, they do whatever they
And it would probably, if they do that and if we implement, it would be okay. All right,
Anthony, did you hear what the comments were?
Yeah, if I can offer a quick rebuttal. So it's beer and wine only. We have experienced operators and they're closing at a reasonable time. This is not a bar. This is a specialty beer establishment. So there's not full labor involved. There's not late closing hours, and you have operators that already have experience and a license operating.
Now, the question that arose seems to be, this is the first time this space is gonna be used for a restaurant. Okay, for gathering of people. Okay, and there's some questions were raised about sound.
And again, it doesn't have to do with your particular client, it's that, as Bert said, it's not been licensed before, there's not been the notion of people sitting there continuously all evening. Yeah, talking, dishes rattling, all that background music. The one resident who wrote to us said the place has never been used after 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, which is consistent with it being the medical facility it was. So this is gonna be a big change. And, you know, the residents said they could already hear noise from down there. So, basically, we sort of, I think almost always request an acoustic report from a space that has not been previously licensed. So I think, particularly in light of the residents' expressed concern, that's gonna be a pretty serious request from this committee.
Yeah, I don't, Jamie and Louis, if you want to weigh in, would you be willing to agree to provide this report to the committee?
I'm sorry, an acoustic report you said?
Yeah. Of approved acoustical engineers, you hire one of those to come in, they come to the premises, they usually go to the apartments around, do sound studies, and then they make recommendations. So what we're asking is you get that kind of report done, submit it to us, and then you agree to implement all the recommendations of the report.
So, just as far as our due diligence up till this point right now, we haven't started any work because that was the first thing that we were concerned about and wanted to tackle. We did a walkthrough with the super, I did speak with an architect and I did have some contractors come in and give us some pointers and advice up to what we have to do to make sure that the tenants don't have any issues with sound. So we are planning on installing soundproof in the ceiling. Right now, it's just bare. There's just beams, and of course, you know, any loud noise, even though we're not going to have any, would, you know, probably travel at some point.
But respectfully, I don't think the super or you or us are experts on, you know, what kind of soundproofing is needed, which is why we regularly ask applicants like you who are seeking to use a place of our restaurant before to get a professional report and do what that professional suggests.
And that's it below a residential unit.
Yeah.
And I also have a tangential question. You're renting. Are you renting from the condominium or are you renting from somebody who owns this place?
We're renting from the condominium.
No,
The person who-
it's a retail condo, so they own. They own the condo.
It's a retail condo, so we're renting from the person who owns the condo retail space.
So you're renting from the person who owns the space, not from the condo building itself. I just wanted to get that because it would be a very different, if the condo had been renting to you and the condominium board represents all the residents in the building, it's a different situation than if the owner of this space, who's just a retail operator, is renting it to you. Okay, but I guess that was a tangent from getting back to the acoustical. But Alan.
So their operation that they have now on Sophie Street in Forest Hills doesn't deal with tenants, it's a one-story commercial strip. So they never have to deal with tenants.
Not the experience on them.
So that, did you,
So I think they need to know that it's going to be a prerequisite. I mean, you know, it's not optional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can agree to that. I think the committee's requesting that, and correct, Jamie and Louis?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll need to get the report by July 8th, which gives you almost a month, so that should be fine. And again, if you look, New York City has a list of approved acousticians, so you can hire any of those, and most of them are used to doing this.
Okay.
Okay, and then you'll also agree to do whatever they suggest you do.
Oh, yes.
All right, so we're gonna put that in as a additional stipulation that you're gonna get an acoustic report from a New York City approved acoustician submitted to the CB4 office no later than July 8th, and that you agree to implement all the recommendations of the report, right?
Yes.
Agreed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And will they include the person in the study so we can give them the name and the contact of the neighbor?
I'd rather
No?
have Nellie, I'll have Nellie reach out to the neighbor and, if she wants their contact info passed on, yeah.
Got it.
Okay. You asked if nobody can hear you there.
Yeah, you asked that.
I asked that question, right? Okay, do I hear a motion?
Second.
And so all in favor? Mike?
Sorry, aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening and a nice summer, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And July
Thank
8th
you.
is when we need that information.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next section of our agenda are applications for new licenses, full licenses, liquor, wine, beer, and cider. The first applicant in this category, 64 7th Avenue, San Diego, 66 Inc. And the applicant is present. That was a question. Is there an answer?
Yes. Hello.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Wiki, represent the applicant, Wago 66 Inc. Doing business at Wago. Our client have own a few restaurants in the city. Two of them has a temporary liquor license that have been approved. One's 1695 Broadway in New York, and the other one's 90 Bowery Street in New York. So this very small space restaurant is 7 tables and 16 seat. The opening hour from 7 a.m. to midnight 2 a.m. So we don't have any music and no outdoor seating, no window open, no French door, no bar, no any form of the music. So we're seeking the full liquor license application. And last time we in the meeting May 14, and one of the residents, Nancy, her name, I didn't read her last name, is Nancy. So we gave the client she's complained some concerns, some noisy. So, and would like to talk to our client. We give at the meeting, we give our client phone number, and our client also attempt to reach her for a few times to work, go to the building, but couldn't reach out to her.
She's here today, so we can.
Okay, so we would like to see what's her. Our client did a whole full renovation, including the wall, ceiling, floor. Everything's now it's complete. So only its exterior wall now still in the construction. So our client is open to her any suggestion or any concern regarding the issues it may have. So that's
Thank you. Nellie, you may have told me the answer to this during the day. Our steps with the prior operator said that this is back in 2013, that they would comply with the sound engineer report. Were you able to find any report from back then?
no.
No, I was not.
Well, they were supposed to soundproof the ceiling and have the speakers lower than the ceiling.
What's
We
that, the last one?
That was in
Our
2013.
client, our client will not install any speakers at all.
That was the last one.
I'm talking about the last occupant of that space and the stipulations under which they operated. They were supposed to soundproof the ceiling and have their speakers lower than the ceiling. That's just a reference to what happened before.
Okay.
And I noticed on your form, you didn't circle any kind of music. What kind of, are you gonna have any music in the establishment?
No, no, sir, no.
Not even background music?
No, any music.
No music at all?
And your hours are consistently 7 AM to 2 AM, 7 days a week?
Yes, because that's the very dumpling, primarily serve dumpling, so they basically Chinese it's different from fast food, but it serve the community when people work late, you know.
Now we should find out.
Jesse, you have a question?
Sorry, I'm just trying to, later, because we've heard this before, we're back to a month ago, and I'm just trying to move us ahead in this, because we know what the issues were from a month ago, and I'd love to just,
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize they were here, sorry.
They were here last month.
Last month.
They
So-
had pictures of a different space that wasn't.
Oh,
Rec
that
space,
was-
they were, so, yeah, I just didn't know. if it
Yes,
was-
there was
some
some
kind of-
yeah, that was right.
No, was it a different space?
So
Yeah.
the pictures that were on the application were the wrong space.
The petition was wrong, there was a whole bunch of different, the actual things was wrong.
So they were applying for nothing.
Right, so.
It was sort of all
So we
fictitious.
we asked him to come back.
So what's happening now?
We wanted real pictures of the actual space and a real application
And
with
is that-
correct answers.
We're not sure Nancy will answer that for us.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
But I don't, I mean, the other issues that we've had talked about were, right, I know Nancy was concerned about speakers being in the ceiling, I know the applicant just agreed to just no speakers.
Mhm.
Like they said something about a TV, yeah, like something on TV, might have some speakers, we were worried that the notice was not proper. We'll ask Nancy if there was a notice this time, and then, just the main concern, was just around, making, I mean, obviously the sound is the main concern, but, making sure that the applicant and, the residents who live above had spoken and had, come to understand each other and work things out, which also do not seem like it happened. I'm sorry if I don't remember anything else that happened last month.
The previous space had sound issues with the tenants above.
Right.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
and that's what they were supposed to do to address.
so they postponed until the June meeting.
Okay.
That's right.
So,
Let's hear from the community.
Yeah.
Community's ready to work. Okay, so,
So this is a community member.
that's weird talking with, so
we need name and address,
Nancy Reyes and 66 7th Avenue, apartment 2A, directly above the location. In the last meeting, I had offered to reach out to the previous tenant to see if they had a copy of the sound report. They didn't. I reached out to Jack Lou on the number provided on the application and received no response. No contact regarding. Yeah, May 20th at 2:46, I texted you.
Should the text me? What time?
May 20th at 2:46.
May 20th.
20. May 20.
Okay, can we first Okay.
Yeah.
I don't,
4
don't
p.m.
wanna give, I don't want it back and forth.
Sure, and so, I have not heard from the applicant since then, no one's contacted me about a sound report. I do have a camera on my door, and nobody came to my door from the establishment, I would have seen it in the recording. They never came to my neighbor, I checked with my neighbor as well. So, no one reached out regarding a sound report.
那你就不要说这。
Also, no one reached out. I know it was suggested to them last time to reach out to the tenants in the building to sign the petition. That did not happen, so I will let the committee review the petition, make their own judgment. And then there was one more thing. The posting, there was no posting. I know there's a picture here that claims it was posted May 29th, but I have walked by and taken photos on a regular basis. Since the last meeting, the posting was told to be up for a week, so the residents had an opportunity to see it. I did not see a posting of the application on the door of the building, inside the building, or the exterior facade of the establishment. Because it makes.
Is it the correct building, at least this time?
Oh, yeah, this time it's the correct picture. The floor plan is correct.
Yeah, can you, only because you probably paid attention to this more than obviously, do you mind just updating us? Thank you. Do you mind just updating us on the changes in the application as you see them?
The changes in the application were last time it was a beer and wine, this time it's a liquor, beer and wine. He updated the narrative because the last narrative was based on a completely different address. The floor plan is included. There were some structural changes made that were not existing before, such as the existing, one of the ice things was added in, but pretty much the general floor plan.
So 64 7th Avenue is the space.
Yes,
And the pictures are the space.
this is 64 7th Avenue, AKA 667th Ave. And a little protective because, you know, we just had our vacate order lifted, so we look out for structural issues. The petition was revised, the narrative was revised.
Yeah, was this, I don't remember this narrative, was this in here last time?
No.
No, okay, is there anything, I mean, I'm reading this now.
I mean, a Victor order.
I had a problem last previous establishment had a 12 p.m. close. They're still asking for 2, and I wasn't comfortable last time with that, but they've still got 2 on this application.
Well, the previous was 12 and then 2 Thursday to Saturday, at least according to the SIP form.
Thursday and Saturday?
Thursday, Saturday was 2.
Okay, but they've got 2 across the
Yeah.
board.
7 days.
Was the previous liquor license or this?
It was liquor, or maybe wine and beer, I don't know.
I think it was something like.
Were the,
Wine and beer, and they applied the first time for wine and beer, and this time, in May, it was wine and beer, and now it's liquor.
Right, I'm a little.
No, the May also is for liquor.
No.
May was for liquor, yes.
How come we just got the wrong application? No, it had, no, I know.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you, last time the petition had people that lived in your building that you never heard of? Are any of these people that are on their new petition, any of your neighbors that you recognize? Or is it the same
No,
petition from
actually,
last time?
the last time was first name.
Not as a.
One at a time, go ahead.
The first line, Mark Nelson, is based in Queens. The second line, New Oxford, yes, across the street. I don't know who they are. The other ones are also tenants apparently across the street. Don't know who they are. The names aren't very recognizable. And again, incorrect address for the last name, 207 14th Street. Looks like the same
It's the same
handwriting.
petition. So is this the same petition? Last
No,
one? Oh, different, sorry.
My name's
I know
not on this
we-
one.
But
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know if this is real.
Last time there was tenants in her building in their apartments that didn't live there with the wrong names to the apartment.
Including my name, and I didn't sign it.
And it was wine, it was liquor wine. Oh, okay.
And I would just add to the point of notice, that the block associations received notice yesterday.
Very late, I saw it.
Nellie, is there anyone else from the community on this?
No, there's no one.
Okay.
Well, there's also one more, sorry, but I think we also do need to acknowledge that we all had a little bit of difficulty understanding the attorney during the, so. Well, there was some explanation of all this in what we've heard already, and I feel sadly that. I almost wanna.
Get a translator.
Or ask to come in, because sometimes it can be difficult being remote, maybe ask to come in person next time. I mean, I don't know, but obviously you should know, just for the record, that we are having some difficulty hearing and understanding you, just because the sound quality is not fantastic where you are, and so that's also part of the problem that we're having right now. And so, you know, to the extent you've been explaining the changes that you've made since last time, we may not have heard them all. But that being said, I think the issues that have been identified, Nancy's back, still remain, so.
They need to speak to Nancy.
Yeah.
I just want to
clarify very disturbing is that the block associations only got notification of tonight's meeting last night. That's not proper procedure.
Can we give them a chance to respond?
About now.
So sorry, do you want to respond to anything you've heard?
So, I just want to know what the issue now. So our client will not have any music. And the 1, 2, 3 train right below the building. Anyone, if a customer eating, talking.
Did you try backing up a little from the mic, because the sound is really distorted here.
Can someone summarize the issues we have? Because these are not just this issue, we have about 5 different issues.
Communication?
Yeah, could we summarize all the issues we have with the application? You know, we have an issue of notification, right? Putting on the door and notifying the block association. We think the notification you have done is insufficient and too late. Then we have an issue with the soundproofing and the discussion around the soundproofing. We felt you were going to do soundproofing and hire maybe a sound person or do tests with the neighbors, and that didn't take place. And then we have a problem with the fact that you changed from wine and beer to liquor license.
No, that didn't happen.
Wrong. That was wrong. I looked it up. Sorry, we don't have that problem. So, and so these are the 2 key things we have.
The problem is communication.
Right.
Including with this person who reached out to them.
I just mentioned that, so.
Petition.
Yeah, what other
Petition,
petitions?
the signatures.
And there's a petition where you have people in Queens and across the street, and all of that is not necessarily applicable. So we need to get to the point where we understand, are you going to follow the rules and do the application the way it should? Because right now you are not, in our estimation.
And there's an additional issue.
Right.
Time. It's 2 a.m., 7 days a week. That is an issue before us.
Okay.
I would like to ask, if they are going to get the sound report, maybe they can organize when to meet with the tenant above through Nelly to hold both parties accountable and make sure that there's actually effort being made on both parts. I think that's what we should do. And I would probably like to table this. And have them come back to give the community, the block association proper notice. and to make sure that the sound report is actually being done with the tenants above.
No, I want to raise at the beginning, they said that all the change and the architecture was finished. So my impression from the discussion was they were not ready to go and break down everything again. So I think we need to make sure that this is part of the process. You know, it's not finished until the soundproofing, proper soundproofing is done. And
maybe if they do the report, they won't need any additional.
Maybe.
But we don't.
We don't know.
I still think we do need to give the applicant a chance to respond to all of this, even though I do think your proposal is the best way forward probably, but just.
Okay, Tracy, they're back to.
So the premise is no music. What the sound you need proof? Our client did all the construction and they did all the wall ceiling. So that's the it's not sufficient.
No,
We don't know.
The
You need to
previous-
have a test.
And the subway train right on the building, the 1, 2, 3 train right the building. Even people normally talk, the sound, the subway sounds will swallow the noisy. So I don't know what you expect from our client. So this is really damage to our client. You know, the public interest, I would say.
So when Nancy came last month, she said that she just was requesting that the speakers be dropped like they were for the previous establishment, which these guys agreed to do and more. They said no music at all. So I just want to ask, is the issue that the previous tenant had a sound report stipulation that they didn't get? And does that translate over into being, you know, the new applicant's problem, basically? I'm just trying to help them figure out how to get this through.
So if you provide
Wait,
that
hang on 1 second. I'm just asking Frank and Bert.
Okay.
And we have Candace also and Jesse.
So on their application, it says the background of the applicant and the premises. It says here they have a 15-year lease with them. I mean, this is a long-term lease. Like if she's already complaining with just the speakers, they're got 15 years in here. Just the soundproofing needs to get done. I feel like it's a no.
But she's not complaining about these applicants. There was complaints about the previous, and then I guess it was worked out. Is that right, Nancy? That's what I remember from last month.
But also they did the ceiling apparently per their narrative here. They said they replaced the ceiling. In the past, we were able to hear things through the floor. You could still hear things.
Conversation or music?
Sometimes conversation, sometimes music, and that's part of my concern here. And as mentioned before, we had a very amicable relationship with the previous tenants. We really did work together. I don't see that cooperation here yet, so leads me to concern. The 15-year lease is also an issue. What if they sell the lease afterwards? There's already a liquor license attached to it.
I thought from last time, so just go back to Carrie's question. Carrie, I thought where we left it last time was we weren't saying we demanded a sound report at that time because we understood that they had taken away the music, but we said, listen, there's so many problems with this application.
Right.
And really, issue of trust and transparency, you need to meet with the tenant who lives above. And so, I mean, I still think we're just in the same place, and I don't think we need to leave here saying you need a sound. I think the idea, Ted's idea was good of going through our community board to hold a meeting with both parties where they can talk across the table from each other.
I think we need the sound report.
Yeah, I think we need to be really clear.
Last time they were here, Steve pointed this out. They had a good relationship with the previous tenant because they would tell them to lower the music at a certain time. And they were hearing voices, like she just said, that means that the soundproofing must be really horrible. It's just voices coming through. So, and it was supposed to be done, it seems, with the previous application. It wasn't done. They suffered, they had a good relationship, they turned it down. And now you have this new applicant before us. There's no sound report in front of us. There's no cooperation with the tenants above. There's fake signatures. that with her name on it, that she didn't sign. So there's a trust issue from the jump, and there's no real evidence of, you know, what the sound is gonna be like, or if it's even worse now. So I recommend the sound report in, Nancy's department. And
Previous tenant, the situation don't apply my client. We don't have music at all, so.
Yeah, but it's very important.
Sound
okay?
is not just
One
music.
thing that affects me very much is it doesn't seem there's not much communication between you, the applicant, and your neighbors. Your immediate neighbors and other neighbors in the community, like the block associations. This to me is important. Now, you gotta remember, you're in a very fortunate position right now, because our next full board meeting, not the first week in July, but it's the end of July, which gives you more time to respond to some of the issues that are being brought up. And I think between now and the full board, a good effort must be made and bring to fruition meetings with tenants, meetings with the immediate people who will be affected by your operation. Music, no music, whatever, will be affected by the operation. I mean, I'm not particularly impressed by people petitioning saying you're gonna be a great operation and they're living in Queens. That doesn't do very much for me.
So are we asking them to resubmit the application by full board with proper notification? Proper notification is at least 1 week of posting on the premises and around the premises. So on land, you know, on street lights or whatever is appropriate. That's for at least 1 week before you come back to the meeting, so that the
Yes.
neighbors can know, and letting the block association know with at least 1 week notice, not 1 day, 1 week. That's one thing. The second thing is you must connect with Nancy. So
Can you provide her a phone number? So.
well, we're not going to do that on a Zoom, but she texted you, or do you want, she can maybe take your phone number?
Yeah, she has my client phone number.
And how
Well,
about
we can do
your
it
phone
now.
number? Because it doesn't
My
seem
phone
that they're
number? Yeah.
connecting.
I can provide my phone number, 212-226-4481.
We don't wanna hear it. We don't wanna hear the number. Please don't do that.
No, you're going to do it through the office.
Do it through the community
CKBA4.
court office.
You give your number and she give her number and there will be an email coming to both of you, something like that.
So
Right?
you'll go,
And then
you'll call Nellie and you'll tell her your number and she will give it to Nancy and then she will be in touch.
Okay.
And then we need a
The
New York,
sound.
an approved New York sound engineer to test the sound in Nancy's apartment, if not others.
And also to be the neighboring apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I,
And maybe Tuesday.
and make a recommendation.
can I ask, like, where you find the sound engineer approved? And
Yes.
schedule?
You can ask Nellie and she will send you the information on where you find those people. There's a
Okay.
list.
Okay.
Approved list of New York City sound engineers.
So they're coming back in July.
And when you come back, don't come back with a petition that has names of people who are not associated with the building. So, you know, it's not helpful to have a name from someone, you know, with someone from Queens or even across the street. You want to have the building support, the people who live above you, the people who live next to you.
Okay, sure.
Is that helpful?
Okay.
There's one additional issue about the hours.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to say something?
We've had a conversation here where originally the hours I think were not.
The previous owner had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 12 p.m., Thursday, Friday, Saturday. too.
It's also.
Right.
Okay, may I say something? Our client said she waiting for the door 2 hours. She couldn't find anyone come out. So how our client reach out the residents above the building?
Through Nelly in our
Through Nelly?
office.
Okay.
Nelly.
Okay. Right.
And we need to discuss the hours of operation. We're not comfortable with 2 o'clock every night.
So our client can serve the liquor before whatever the time you allow, but the food they should be allowed to serve through the time 7 to 2, right? Yeah.
We have to discuss that.
They provide a breakfast. So a breakfast, you can say they can starting 10 o'clock, right? So also there's for the people work for night, there's not a restaurant open at after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So that's a client unique. So they can survive because the restaurant is small. They need the time to get the value of the customer.
The answer is they want to hold through 2 AM.
Yeah, well, we would like to ask you to change it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to close at 12. And we would then agree to Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 2 PM, 2 AM.
So you mean just a liquor, right? Not the food service. The requirement.
这个是 liquor 的，我们就按照。
不是，我现在跟他 confirm 了。
Makes people loud. I would be comfortable with that.
That's a possibility. Yes, we'll think about that.
I have a question on their application. It says on their menu, on the menu part, it says it's private party bookings via reservations. But on their application, it says they're not doing any kind of private parties or anything. So which one is it?
No party, no any instances, no any events.
So we should put a tip on.
So
I'm not sure.
Okay, my neighbor surround all the restaurant, convenience store. They all open 24 hours, 4-5 store, the whole building. My next store, right store, the other store. Yeah, so we open the shortest time. They open 24 hours. We don't want to open 24 hours, but they open 24. Or my store, the convenience store. Huh?
There's no alcohol 24 hours.
Yeah, but we can limited serve the liquor hall time, the hour for liquor serve. But the food should not
The food until 2 o'clock would be fine. We don't, I don't think we have a problem with that.
Right.
But
Thank you.
you would have to stop the serving of the liquor at 12.
Midnight.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
No more alcohol.
She's
after
okay with
midnight.
that. She's okay
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
fine, that's fine. That's fine.
Right, that's hard to.
Okay, so we will see you again.
Oh, wait, they gotta.
When?
They better
When?
come back in July, to our July BLP.
But if they come in July at the July BLP, they won't have the report and all that stuff yet, right?
They have to have it by our July meeting,
Yeah.
Okay.
because the BLP
July
is
8th.
before.
Yeah, we had said July 8th anyway.
Yeah.
She needs everything.
You're right.
The other meeting is July 9th.
Yeah.
So-
Got it.
Does
It
that
works.
work for you? Do you think you know what you need to do to come back and get this approved?
Okay, 你们马上跟他联系就是那个商队部吗？
我不知道在哪里。
不是，他要跟我们就跟酒局的人联系，就是他们的 community board 的人联系，他提供几个公司，
谁去联系？
你去联系啊。
我联系跟谁联系？
我们就跟那个这个 board 的人，他给我们提供几家公司，你再跟他联系。
可以啊，
可以啊，可以有费用可高了啊。
而且他们可以，我们可以联系。
Okay, so our client we will contact Nelly, right, for the sound engineer company. So then we don't know how long it take to them get a report done.
They can do it pretty quickly.
Okay, so then okay then, okay.
And to contact
So
Nancy.
the next time we see you, you will have the sound report. And you will have made direct efforts to better communicate with your neighbors.
Upstairs. Ask Nelly for their,
Okay.
ask Nelly.
We always try to communicate better, but it's the door always the whole day lock it, hardly find the people in and out. So I communicate good with Nancy last time. Yeah, I tried to contact with her. We sit down and see so any problem she faced before. I don't know what problem she had before, but I hope we don't have that kind of problem. What he
Need to talk to Nancy directly.
Yeah, I will talk to her. Yeah, I will talk to her.
And again, the block associations, you don't notify the block associations one day before the meeting. It's at least a week before.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and tell them you're coming back in July. If they want to talk to you before then, they should.
Okay.
July what day? Can you tell us?
What?
What?
What
Yes,
day?
the 8th, July 8th.
Right.
July 8th?
So you have to notify people 1 week before July 8th.
Our next meeting is July 9th.
So, yes, we'll see you on the 9th, but you have to give all the information to Nelly by the 8th, the sound report, anything else that you need to bring in, and you have to talk to Nancy and the other neighbors before the 8th.
Okay.
Nelly, did you want to?
那我听你吧，没关系啦。OK，行吧。
Okay, 1 second. Nelly, so do you understand what needs to happen? You need to talk to the applicant tomorrow and get them a list of the acoustic report, the acousticians, and make sure they understand the timing. And then you have to put the applicant in touch with the resident here, okay?
I'm out of the office tomorrow, but I will do it while we're working now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nelly.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
So
very
what we're
much.
doing here is vote on table.
Oh, wait, so you are,
Postponing to July 9th.
so you're gonna come back to our next meeting in July, right?
July
Yeah.
9th, we'll see you here.
Right.
Okay.
So we are
You don't
moving
have to take a vote.
to table it for
Yes, please.
another month.
And they
Okay.
agree not to file with the SLA.
Right.
Okay. Item number 7.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
But Jesse, I think you're right. I mean, you should try to get them to come in first.
Yeah,
This
tell
is
Nelly.
really.
Mhm.
Okay. Item number 7, 59th Avenue, Delilah. Which is also a 2 AM, 7 days a week.
It's on 9.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
on an avenue, right?
Okay.
By the way, this application, 59th Avenue, is, the location was, originally landmark buildings. That's that, the corner of 14th Street.
Oh, that's the
And the
right.
developer
Right.
promised, I'll take care of them.
Right, and then boom.
And it looks like they're still the original, but they're all replicas.
Okay.
Very well done, but they're not really.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
These people, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so the history is, well, people on the board probably remember, is the city inspected, determined the facades were falling down and that the whole thing basically had to be demolished. We then wrote a letter to Landmarks Commission urging them to, before that happened, to order them to stop and prop things up and try to salvage as much of the facades of the buildings as they could. I'm not familiar with the details, but I believe very little of what we asked for the landmarks actually happened, but again, it was, I'm not sure, who was responsible for that, whether it was landmarks and DOB not doing anything or deciding nothing could be done.
Yes.
But these people are not the owners.
No, we just,
Yeah.
because lately, because we've had issues come up between committees where people on land use are concerned about licenses and sort of locations that have been controversial. from the land
You
use
approved the
perspective.
license last
Yeah.
month, and then Joe says that was the building that had been demolished. That,
You can come to
Right.
Chelsea Land Use anytime and still hear about this, so anytime.
So we just wanted.
It comes
Thank
up
you,
at
Gary.
every single meeting.
Okay, so we just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that this was an establishment. And I believe mostly in the basement of this location where
Okay.
all this happened.
So we have the applicants right here with their attorney, so
So the first question is, are you rebuilding the building?
it's your floor, go ahead.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the background on the space. But as you did point out, neither of us own this building. I'm Joseph Levy, as you know, the attorney I have with me, Adam, who's one of the members of the applicant entity here. I'll have him just introduce himself and tell you a little bit about the concept, and then we'll get into some of the nuts and bolts of the application.
Thanks, Joseph. How's everyone doing? Again, my name is Adam Corral. I'm a partner and president of business development at H-Wood Group. We're a Los Angeles-based company. Been around for about 15 years. We focus on, hospitality in the luxury sector. We have restaurants in Los Angeles mostly, and we've just opened a Delilah, which is what we're hoping to open here in your great city, in Miami last year. And, we're trying to make our way up to be up here on the East Coast and make a home for ourselves in New York. And been a big fan of this location, been tracking it for a while. Our lease is signed. We're very excited to get started and to, bring something amazing to meatpacking.
So Delilah, as Adam mentioned, they have a couple of locations throughout the country. That's the concept they're looking to do here. It's a 1920s era supper club. So full dining experience. There's no dance floor here. Full dining experience. There is a stage as well where there'll be live music. And it's really just like an interesting throwback kind of night out. I've personally been to some other Delilah locations. People dress up nice. You go out. It's just a different kind of experience. This concept here is subterranean. You enter on the ground floor, obviously, but there's only just kind of a small area. And then you go right downstairs. The entirety of the patron area is downstairs. It's a large capacity here. Total occupancy at 420. They're proposing about 350 people downstairs, as you can see from the diagram, spread out nicely, table seating throughout. They do have a bar. There's some private dining rooms. There's the stage area. There's a very generous sized kitchen as well. You see the breakdown, 30 tables, 190 seats at those tables. You have one bar with 20 seats. They will have security here. As you mentioned, the hours of operation go till 2 a.m. 7 days. And right now the place is, an absolute pre-construction site. As you see from the photos, it's all cement downstairs. They are building this place from scratch. And as you can see, if you've taken a look at some of the other places, these guys really spare no expense with the build out, and they make sure to do it right. And because there is a live music component of it downstairs, the sound element is very important to them. So they're going to make sure they get the acoustics right. They're going to make sure they do proper soundproofing for the space is built correctly. As I mentioned, they have security. This is a fairly commercial area right here. There are no other residents in the building. We did get about 100 signatures or so. There's a rather sizable residential building on 17th Street. There's nothing really right immediately where this space is. Upstairs is all commercial. And again, these are operators who've done this a number of times in a number of environments, and they're looking to come to New York to open their first version of Delilah here.
Thank you.
Questions, comments from the committee?
I have a question about the application technical. A lot of things are unknown and pending. And you typically want to know that before we approve. So what are we supposed to do on that?
If you had a specific question, I'm happy to answer it to the best of our ability at the moment.
If you go down
We're talking about the ones on page 4, right, Christine, air conditioning.
Pending,
pending, and then above that, we have unknown in the section which is called building design, page
Mhm.
4. So you have a liquor license previously occupying this place. There was a
Okay.
liquor establishment, right?
In the
this
previous
basement?
building,
Oh, in the building?
In the building,
No,
yeah.
they are just in the basement.
they're just in the
We
basement,
don't,
so.
we have not been able to find anything.
Okay, all right. But then, and so are you going to change the existing facade?
No, it's brand new.
No,
It's brand new.
yeah.
All right, so it should, I mean, the application should say no.
No.
Yeah,
And
a
then-
lot of this stuff is fairly fluid as, again, they just got into the space and we're sort of trying to move this along as fast as we can. But yes, no facade changes. They're still
Okay.
waiting on a lot of their main construction plans to be completed, so we didn't want to provide inaccurate information.
Well, Christine, they said they may be small stylistic changes, right?
Small decorational changes,
Yeah.
new sign.
Yeah, I mean,
And
in
they
the
answered
form,
that
in the
one.
form.
I'm more
It's not
concerned
in
with the ones at the bottom.
Yeah, that's.
It's not in the form, I mean, it doesn't say, the form say unknown.
No, the form says changes to the facade.
Underneath, there are two,
we can't,
it's double.
yeah, we keep trying to get rid of that.
Oh, we need to get rid of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
okay.
gonna say, yeah.
Got it, so our problem, all right. An acoustical report, I don't think we need that, do we need an acoustical?
No one in there.
No.
The basement.
So it's not, so the answer should be no then, right?
Why, unless they want to get one, are you planning
Yeah.
to get an?
We are not planning to get an acoustical report, but we are planning to, like I said, because there is a musical component to this, we are planning to make sure the acoustics are appropriate and soundproofing is done. So we're happy to stipulate that we're doing that, but I don't think an acoustic report makes sense.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna change the acoustic report answer to no,
And then the
and then
exhaust,
also the question, you'll have no recommendations to implement, so we'll make
right,
that no as
but
well.
then we have exhaust to the roof, I guess that's something which is not, cannot be pending, that's part of the rules, right? Is
Yeah,
it?
we have to know.
Yeah,
It
so
has
look,
to-
we're absolutely happy to stipulate that everything will be done code compliant in New York City. We just haven't gotten the plans yet, so I can't tell you exactly where that stuff is going to go, but it will absolutely be code compliant for New York City. So
The landlord's
Which means it will go to the roof.
it will vent to the roof, but I don't know how and where exactly, but I think they all
And we're
legally.
not asking you the how and where, we're asking you that it goes to the roof.
I mean, I think legally it has to, so.
So, yes.
So the
So
answer
yes.
should be,
Changed to yes.
right, and then the illuminated sign, I mean.
Well, wait a second, let's see, are you okay with that?
Yeah, it says, they said yes.
You're saying different things.
Oh.
They're saying it'll be code compliant. You're saying you want it to exhaust to the roof.
Right.
We're assuming that in every instance, things need to exhaust to the roof.
Right.
If you're sure about that, then you're saying the same thing.
They do.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that. I mean, 9 times out of 10, that seems to be the case. The landlord is undertaking to do this particular part, so I can get confirmation on that if you'd like.
We would like that.
We would like that very much.
Okay,
And we
so
would
I've just been
like you-
updated here. Let's make it yes to the roof, no problem.
It's already been built and delivered to the space.
Yeah,
Uh,
what about the sign?
what about?
The next question.
Well, the next question is, will the establishment have illuminated sign?
Yeah.
Well, illuminated signs are determined by zoning. So we could just say that, I mean, if it complies with zoning, are we okay with that?
That's fine. That's fine.
Christine.
I think that's fine, I think in the past we have had issues with, wattage and all that stuff, so.
It's not gonna be a big marquee here. It's gonna be a small sign that may
But
have some
the
illumination.
question that brings up is, do you have to go to LPC even for staff approval? For that sign?
Carrie's absolutely right on top
Yeah.
of this. This is
It's
a landmark
possible.
building.
So about that sign, I believe that recently some new regulations were passed by LPC that it can be approved by staff, but you still have to have it, you have to fill out an application and have it approved by LPC staff.
And we will, and that's within the architect's.
And can you please attach that to your application. This is, just so you know, I think this is back to Frank. This is a very controversial building. So because of what happened, so eyes will be on it.
No problem. Happy to make sure that you guys get a copy of the application for the sign and what Landmarks can approve.
Thank you.
So we can put a stip saying they will send us, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And I think the
Keep
canopy is
raising
the
that point,
same
Terry.
issue. I think they can't put a canopy up unless they go through LPC.
Yeah.
Well, canopy we may be confusing the wording.
That's the thing
yeah.
outside.
Well,
That's
either
the
one
individual.
may not be allowed.
But I don't know on a landlocked building.
I don't know, Carrie, do you know that?
I'm pretty sure that's actually going to have to go to proper LPC, which is a whole nother can of worms, to the commission itself. So you might want to reconsider that for your own sake.
Where do we even have that? We say that we're doing that?
I have one question. Are you aware of who is gonna be above you? I know it's the street level usually is gonna be retail, but
So
there's
it's-
like 3 floors. Is it
it's-
offices or residences?
It's
Commercial.
office tenants above. There will be an additional retail space that occupies the ground floor on the corner,
No residential, that's what I wanted to.
but above us will be office tenants.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be clear on.
Office tenants and then an amenities floor for the office tenants above that.
Yeah, okay.
Do we want to spend a minute on the last two questions related to air conditioning or?
Yeah, I was going to go
Go ahead.
to the.
Well, I thought we were just gonna say that the kitchen air conditioning will be compliant, will be in what
No,
your.
this is the vent and the air conditioning.
That's what I'm saying, the kitchen exhaust and the air conditioning
Oh,
will
okay.
be New York City code compliant and
That's
kitchen
fine.
exhaust
We're
to
good with
roof,
that.
Right.
right?
Okay.
Should cover.
Okay, anything additional?
Yes, I have a question. I noticed that you plan on serving an iceberg wedge for $25, and so my question to you, sir, is, have you no sense of decency?
When you're eating the best iceberg wedge in the city, it's worth every dollar.
Even if you don't.
I'm surprised you didn't give me flack for the $40 chicken tenders.
Gary has questions, Gary.
Yeah, I just have one question about, you marked restaurant as establishment type. Is that correct? Or is it
Yeah.
because it is correct? If it's
It's a
supper club?
restaurant. Yeah, it's a restaurant. And there's just going to be
Live
an
music.
element of live entertainment while you're eating. But it's
Okay.
certainly, you can't go there and not eat. You can't go there and, dance. There's no dancing. You go there and eat dinner, and that's your ambiance. You get live music.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was correct.
Let's talk about.
Yes.
Dancing Regal.
Don't tell anyone.
So
Not,
that's fine, right?
did they change the zoning?
Yeah.
Yes,
They did?
the
Yeah.
state legislature,
Yeah.
thank you. The governor probably will sign.
Just a couple days ago.
I'd like to make a motion.
But wait, let me read these to make sure
We have a long list.
yeah.
And make sure there's no one in the public too.
Oh, yeah, why don't we do the public first?
Anybody from the public, Nelly?
No, there's no one.
Okay, so Joe, listen to this as well. Kitchen and then Christina and Carrie. Kitchen exhaust and air conditioning will all be NYC code compliant. And kitchen exhaust will exhaust to the roof. Any illuminated sign and canopy will comply with all zoning requirements. And will get approval from Landmark Preservation Commission as needed. Applicant will provide to MCB4 office all submissions to the LPC.
This is for you said canopy.
Canopy and illuminated sign.
Perfect.
Carrie, is that okay?
There's already an
Okay. Joe, are you guys okay with that?
Yep, good by us.
Okay, but generally keep in mind what you heard, that this is a very high profile location about what the building looks like.
Yep.
So, just sort of keep that in mind if other things come up.
Yeah, we certainly will. And just, side commentary for what it's worth. These guys are some of the more conscientious operators that I work with that have been in other buildings that have been similarly, under a lot of scrutiny for one reason or another, and they've been able to work within the guidelines, work with neighbors, work with communities to make sure that they're doing the right thing. So I don't think that's going to be different here at all.
Okay,
Okay.
and this isn't gonna go to the full board until July 24. So if you have done any more with landmarks or whatever, and can send that to us in case these issues come up with, because given the involvement with the Chelsea Land Use Committee and the full board with what's happened here prior, there may be questions about what landmarks is gonna allow in terms of signage and things. So if you make any progress with that before July 24, please let us know.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve steps and then
With the steps, okay, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Did I hear from you? Oh, yeah, your hands raised, I see it. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you all.
468 West 47th Street, Food Dance Festival. Applicant?
This was Stacy Weiss, that's here.
Well, let's move on.
Oh, wait, Nellie is anybody here for this?
There's a hand up, yeah, there's a hand.
Where did I see an hand?
There was a hand.
There was a hand.
Yeah,
Oh, there
there,
it is.
Somebody else.
Nellie moved somebody up.
okay.
Hi, sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right. I'm Jerry Shipper. I'm manager here at Food Dance. We have just opened Italian restaurant. It's been just over 2 weeks now. Let's see, we have 11 tables and 36 seats. Not a big operation with limited hours of 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Most of the week, 11 p.m. on Saturdays. And we are looking to open early on Sundays at noon for some cooking classes, making fresh pasta, etc. Here in the dining space. We have some light background music, and we also do hope to have some live entertainment, just in the means of some light jazz, maybe a piano player to add ambiance for the dining. It is just a dining establishment. There's no real bar space. We have 2 bar stools at the bar that we don't really intend on using as such. It's not going to be standing room. It's just seating, dining, and yeah.
All right, we got just a couple technical questions.
Sure.
What number of tables and seats did you say you had? Because the form says 15 tables and 36 seats.
Yeah, so I have 36 seats. I think that they one large main table that we've got on that form is split up into, counting it as 3 separate tables, but it is one large table. So
what number do you want? What's on the form? 15 tables?
yeah, I mean, we actually in this space have 11 tables. We can count it as 15 just because we do divide up that one large dining space. That's fine.
Okay. So the application is a little confusing as to outdoor space. It seems to indicate that you both want a sidewalk cafe and then also have other outdoor space. Is that right?
We don't have any immediate plans for the outdoor space yet. Down the road, we were hoping to have a table or 2 with some chairs, but we aren't in that process yet. So,
okay, so
we would obviously, we know.
So this application is only for indoor space, and we'll say that it doesn't extend to any outdoor space, right?
Right, correct.
Okay, so not just a sidewalk, you don't have like a backyard or anything?
Nope,
we do not. And to get a sidewalk cafe at this point, you need to go to the DOT first.
Correct, right. Yes.
And then with live music, we usually ask for a stipulation of some kind of limitation about, the number of musicians you're gonna have, or something to make sure it doesn't get out of control. What would you be comfortable with?
Well, I can assure you we have we have a very small stage that would allow for at max probably 2 musicians. We intend for that to be, light jazz, 20s, 30s, 40s influenced.
You want to say no more than 3, or?
That is fine. We can easily stipulate that because I don't think we could get that many. So, yeah.
Okay. So we did get a response from the 47th, 48th Street Block Association, which said that you folks join them on Zoom. They asked that you work with the tenants above the restaurant. Have you been getting along with the people in your building?
Yep, it's a small building. There's only 1 floor above us, and we're very good friends at this point with Sean, our neighbor upstairs. He stops in regularly.
Okay. So that block association says they have no objection to the application, which, as people here may know, that particular block association never says more than that. They never,
Right.
at best, they will say they have no objection.
Right, exactly.
And then Christine, you want to ask your question?
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
So, first of all, we said you are going to use a storm enclosure.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Your application says you are going to use a storm enclosure, which is like, I don't know whether it's accurate or not. This is in front of your door. Are you going to use that? So it's going to be
the metal storm closure at night to when we lock up?
No.
Now the winter thing,
Oh, yes. Okay.
Plastic boxes.
Obviously, eventually, I think that would be our intention come winter, since it is a very small space and the door just opens right into the dining room. We would hope to be able to do that.
So if you install one of those, it needs to be only 18 inches deep.
Okay, great.
Maximum.
Yes.
Okay.
18 inches. Absolutely.
Now, I was a little confused because it says you have garage doors. And that's going to require a huge enclosure. No, I'm just kidding. So you have garage doors?
No, solid windows. I think that's referring to the large metal closures over the windows. Just security, yes, the metal grades.
We need to fix that.
Right, so
we don't have garage doors.
Thank you.
We'll say no garage door.
All right, I was very confused about it.
Yes.
Did you say your door swings in or swings out? Because from the picture, it looks like it's swinging out to the sidewalk. So
it does swing out.
Right.
Their storm enclosures can be bigger than.
So no, it does. It cannot be because it's illegal and it's not ADA compliant. So the issue of 18 inches, it makes it that it's impossible to do it.
So you would probably be better
not doing it.
Or if we either the 18-inch and flip our door, or we go without. Yeah.
Or you get an oval curtain rod and a velvet curtain on the inside.
Yep. I'll note that as well. That's excellent.
With my question.
And the music, if it's not amplified, right? We make sure that they can't plug in or anything.
No amplification. No.
Okay.
Background music is amplified.
He says no amplification.
No, but you can't have live music if it's not amplified.
Yeah, you can't have a guitar,
you could have a guitar, but not even a guitar doesn't go.
It's not gonna, you can't have jazz without
amplification.
amplifier. You can't have a bass player, you're gonna hear nothing.
It needs to be acoustic.
No,
Right.
no.
You can hear it.
It's not the way. A small jazz. I'm just saying it is going to be amplified.
Yes, it is.
Are we allowing 3 people?
Yeah.
That's
only
pretty.
That's a
Bass, guitar, and even a box drum just to brush it. I mean, you have to have 3 or
Well,
more.
and the music's gonna cease at 10 on Sunday,
Right.
could be
Yeah.
Monday, 11.
What was there before?
SK and the SKE.
Yeah.
And they were open up midnight.
From midnights, 7 days a week, but.
So are we going to have noise issues? That's,
We'll
I
find
think that's your question,
Yeah, that's, I
right?
mean,
Okay.
I know there's somebody above him that are fine, they said, but
I mean, because of the live music or something else?
Because of any music.
Well, presumably, let's see, the other place,
I saw no sticks about,
it was an Ethiopian restaurant before, it was very quiet.
yeah, we don't, this was so long ago, we don't, our phone doesn't
We
use
didn't
that.
have those things.
Such an old form.
What kind of music they were gonna have.
What is right above is it an apartment?
I don't know, ask him.
yeah. Jerry, what's right above you?
Yeah, there is just one apartment above us.
Okay.
And have you spoken to them?
Yes, it's Sean. He's already a regular here.
Sorry, what did you say? I didn't.
He's a regular.
Okay.
Yep.
Something was down to Bill.
He's downstairs, I can't hear it from upstairs.
So
Keep him downstairs so he
Keep
doesn't
him downstairs
complain.
all the time.
Question, comment?
you're saying we don't need a sound report?
No,
That's what.
I would not for one apart.
No.
Okay.
I mean, and it's 30,
Very
you know,
expensive.
it's 39 seats.
Yeah.
39 seats, but I'm just looking at where they have it on their plan. Like, it's gonna be in that back corner, which is connected to next door to that building, which does have residents.
The kind of music they're having isn't going to.
Well, I mean.
I mean, we can go back to no act.
The whole, we could wait for another.
Yeah.
So like, the music's down and
We could,
Why don't we get a sound report and then if there is nothing, there's nothing.
I mean, sound reports aren't free.
They're
This
very
is a
expensive.
small.
Yeah.
but I mean,
So,
the other applicant, I mean, I don't know.
well, this place has been licensed, which the other one had not been.
Right.
They're actually open. They're just not serving
Yeah, they're
alcohol.
up for 2 weeks.
Right, okay.
But then the last place have live music.
If I could, I do want to point out, we are really working hard to be a neighborhood establishment and really working with the neighbors here. One of the owners lives 2 blocks away. We have already started to really build within this community, and hopefully that's who our clients will be. We want to make sure that the neighbors are very happy and want to be incredibly responsive and responsible to them, and our place within this community. So absolutely anything we can do, we want to be able to do that for them.
So,
What about?
well, to me, Christine, I mean, they did meet with
Right.
the Block Association, who seemed fine with it. It's a small place, they're open, the hours are,
Less.
the hours are.
10 and 11.
Yeah, 10 and 11.
What about we say that?
I mean, it sounds like he would agree to no amplification of the live music, if that would make people feel better.
Then you can't have.
What about saying that if there is any complaints, you would agree to have a sound
Going
study?
down, going down.
100, yeah, 100%. Absolutely, we would do that.
So now.
Down, and go along.
Yeah.
If it becomes an issue, then we have to get a report.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
good, thank you.
Mhm.
Motion?
Oh, wait, let me summarize this.
Okay. Oh, do we have to get anybody from the community? No, anybody from the community?
No, there's no one.
Okay, so, these are the additional steps we have agreed to. That the application does not extend to any sidewalk cafe or any outdoor space. Live music will consist of no more than 3 musicians. Any storm enclosure shall extend no further than 18 inches from the building facade. And if there are complaints about internal noise, applicant will obtain an acoustic report and implement the recommendations of the report.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Yeah.
Second.
And let's vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good, our last full liquor license application is item number 9. 401 West 47th Street, 3 King Hospitality.
Michael Kelly representing the applicant. Avi Singh is here. He's the applicant. So this is an on-premise application for 3 Kings Hospitality LLC. We're buying the assets from the current licensee, 683 9th Ave Inc. They do business as Gilda. Will be a full-service restaurant with a fusion Asian menu. There are 23 tables with 52 seats and a 13-seat bar. All seating is on the first floor. There is no outdoor seating. The hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. There'll be background music only. The owner will be on site daily. Avi has owned and operated Sama Street at 988 Manhattan Avenue in Brooklyn since March of 2017. He has no adverse history with the SLA. The area was posted and photos of the posted were sent into the community board. Avi did meet with the West 47th, 48th Street Block Association. They have sent a letter of support. To clarify, we do have opening windows that will close by 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, 10 p.m. all other days. And they will, of course, be closed if amplified music is played. So if there are any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Questions, comments, anybody on the board? Aaron, Mike, no questions, comments? Okay, anybody from the community?
Larry Roberts.
Yeah, Larry Roberts.
Larry, can you move
Larry Roberts over. Former community board member. Larry, are you here? Unmute.
Hey, everyone. Long time. I wanted to say, first of all, welcome to Avi and his new venture. I live across.
Larry, you're breaking up a lot.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. We lost you before.
Lost you again.
Oh, I can hear him just a little.
Said welcome, but.
Yeah,
That was
Larry,
kinda-
we just got the hello, we didn't get anything else, we cannot hear you now.
You're hot.
We heard odd.
What else?
Larry, do you want to call back in?
Welcome and hot.
Maybe restart?
Try again, Larry.
No, nothing.
Log off and log back on.
All right, that's what we say.
All right.
Meanwhile, we got a letter from the 47th, 48th Street Block Association.
Which says what?
No objection.
No objection.
What else?
See previous letter.
I don't know what they write.
Okay, Larry
Well,
comes
sometimes
back.
they have an objection. I remember when they did.
So, I mean, this had been Gilda most recently, then it was a bar, and then it was a
Yeah.
restaurant before that, so it's been
This is
long
fine.
license.
This is.
Larry? No.
Oh, usually comes.
Oh, wait, there it is, Larry.
Okay, Larry.
You're a mute now.
Larry.
All right.
No.
Little louder.
Hear me now, guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Hopefully you continue.
Hey, everybody, real quick, welcome to my new neighborhood at 401. I live at 406. Just had a couple of concerns. The windows being 10 and 11, good thing. Are you guys saying you're not gonna have any outdoor space?
Yes, that's correct. But they can't have any sidewalk space because of the tree, and having a road bed is not in their future plans, put it like that.
Okay, so thanks, Michael. Hearing that, would it be possible for you guys to get rid of all the barriers that are in the street right now? They're kind of hideous.
What barriers?
That good.
Larry, you need outdoor open restaurant stuff, or what do you mean?
When John Dempsey had a restaurant for about 6 months, he had the barriers, there's probably 6 of them, but they're all in disarray. And if they're not going to be used, would it be possible to just remove them?
Oh, they are not barriers, they are planters.
They are
Planters which are going around as if it was as if it was designing a cafe.
Yes.
Right.
What are your plans about those planters that are shown in one of the photos you sent us?
We can get rid of those.
How soon? That's the question.
So I mean, haven't signed the lease yet, so it's currently still under John Dempsey. But as soon as we move into that space, we can get rid of them.
Okay. Good. The sooner the better.
Yeah, we'll and we can try and talk to John Dempsey to see if maybe he can get rid of them sooner.
They're on the sidewalk?
They're on the road.
Okay, anything additional, Larry?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? None? Do I hear want to summarize?
Yeah, the only change will be a stip that says the applicant will remove planters barriers from roadway as soon as possible after applicant takes possession of premises.
Okay.
You're okay with that, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
Motion? And all in favor? Okay.
Aye.
Mike, and Carrie, okay. Very good, now.
All right, so before we get into this category, as I think everyone knows, these are the first of the applications we're seeing under the permanent open restaurants program. Christine did a helpful summary that was in the Dropbox, and we have hard copies here. But basically, the procedure is an applicant has to make separate applications for our sidewalk and roadway seating. So if you want both, it's 2 applications. We have 30 to 40 days. And so then the Department of Transportation reviews them, sends them to us, and we have 30 to 40 days to respond. So often we're going to have to respond before these can go to full board. And in fact, in one of these, we have to respond by tomorrow, given the way the timing works. And then in addition, the applicants are going to have to request an alteration from the SLA to their liquor licenses if they want to extend their liquor licenses to the outdoor space. My thinking is that if the applicant doesn't change what they present today on just the outdoor seating, and if there are no complaints, we would handle administratively the alteration to the liquor license and not make them come back a second time. Because none of these applicants have yet applied, has given us 30 days notice of the alteration to the liquor license. It does raise a question about whether these are new applications or alterations. And in fact, the applicants have taken different views. 2 of them are called the new, 2 of them are alterations. I don't feel strongly. I think if they're not alterations to the liquor license, they probably are new applications for outdoor seating, because, you know, they haven't applied for that before, but I don't know if people have views on that general question. Christine, what do you think?
Well, it depends, I guess, if we, I don't know what is the strongest protocol, whether an alteration is stronger and we have more leverage.
Well, there will be an alteration application.
Right.
We'll ask them for steps when they come back and want to alter their liquor license. All I'm saying is for these, and so again, we can look at the steps then and make sure we're happy with them all.
Because if we are saying we don't like some of them or we have objection.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't be, whether you want to treat that with the SLA as a new.
Well,
That we
in a
reject.
sense, we can deal with it twice. We can talk with applicants today for the DOT application. Hopefully we'll reach agreement and then that'll carry over to the SLA.
Then that's fine.
And if they don't reach agreement with us, then we can try again with the SLA.
That's right.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking.
So I guess maybe we call these new.
Right.
Okay. With that incredibly boring background, I think we can move on.
So we have the first of these three, item 10, 601 West 26th Street. Adam
Okay.
already.
Michael Kelly representing the applicant. This is,
Michael.
sorry, yes.
Are you, what you applied for here is only the DOT piece and you'll come back for liquor license alterations, otherwise it's gonna work?
Yes, this is only for the DOT. I did not do the liquor license, so I leave that to the person who did do the liquor license.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a sidewalk cafe application for 1126 LLC, DBA Haven Mar. It's been about 4 years since I've said those words. We're located at 601 West 26th Street at the corner of West 26th Street and 11th Avenue. We are in the Starrett Lehigh building, which is commercial.
Yeah.
The restaurant has been open and operating for about a year. Outside, we'll have 10 tables with 20 seats, which we will be on West 26th Street. The width of the sidewalk there is 12 feet, 6 inches. 4 feet, 6 inches is used for the cafe area. There is a hydrant, 2 bike racks, and a light pole, which we will maintain the 8-foot clearance from. We are in a neighborhood corridor, so it's an 8-foot clearance. There are 8 tables and 16 seats on 11th Avenue. The width of the sidewalk is 14 feet, 2 inches. We'll be using 4 feet, 8 inches and leaving 9 feet, 6 inches so that the 8-foot clearance is met for the bus stop and the mailbox. And that's basically it. This is basically a commercial area.
Okay. Michael, I know this is for outdoor space, but I think it's probably better if the stick forms are consistent. So on your original stick form, you said you were gonna have background and live music. Shall we circle those again and say that's inside only?
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll carry over the prior stick that says any live music will be acoustic, inside only, and limited to no more than 6 performers at the same time. That's what you agreed to on the first, or their lawyers agreed to.
Sure.
The first go.
Yes, if that's what was agreed to, we would stick with that.
Okay. So Christine, what do you think?
I have a zillion of questions. I'm very confused. First, the drawing is, it looks like the drawing is showing the sidewalk cafe on. Okay, so
I was
there
confused, there are 2 drawers.
are 2 drawings, so now I'm.
That's the
Okay.
One 26th Street, one is
Right, okay, so now I'm unconfused. Okay, so let's. 11th Avenue, so 11th Avenue is the original corridor, right, Mike?
Yes, it's a neighborhood corridor.
Oh, a neighborhood corridor, so this is the 10 feet
8
or?
foot. 8 foot.
Feet.
The regional would be the 10 foot.
And the question is, what is the size of this the gray area is the serving aisle?
That's the wait service aisle, so that'll be 3 feet to comply with ADA requirements.
Perfect, okay. And then, so if this is 3 feet and 6, so this section is fine with me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Because,
What?
well, they have 2 tables at the end, because this is their wait service aisles on the inside of the tables on this one, which is
Yeah.
odd. But if you look at the end, my question was.
But they can start from there. to
Right,
that
so there are
table.
2 tables, so
They can serve from
They
from
can't
behind.
go on the outside. This locks them in to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in
Yeah.
fact, they now have to have
Right.
barriers, so
Right.
that.
Okay,
have to
I
have-
just wanna make sure that they know they
Okay.
can't go on the outside because this locks them to go back and forth.
Yeah, Michael, so what Inga's saying is, you see the sort of board top at one end of the cafe?
That's gonna be hard to serve from the
Yeah, you
inside,
just,
but.
they're gonna have to serve it from the inside. You're
Yeah, it
okay
would
with
be
that, right?
from the inside, of course. And we,
Okay.
yeah, we wanted to have 1 4 top because sooner or later, you're gonna get 4 people coming to eat, and we don't want them moving our tables around, which would create a problem in the wait service aisle. So that's why we kept it at the end.
So the four top will be hard to serve, but, cause I'm there a lot. It's one of my favorite restaurants, so I will see if the waitress is on the other side.
Right.
Okay.
So Michael, you will, because this is all new territory.
Yeah.
You'll make sure the client understands that they gotta stay within the perimeter of the cafe, within the fencing you're gonna have.
On the inside, yeah.
The owner's had, he has other restaurants, Marcus Samuelson, that have sidewalk cafes for, so they're aware of the rules.
Okay.
My question is, so you got the 3 feet for the service aisle, but your tables are like 12, 13, 15 inches?
Yes, they're gonna be, we have,
2 tops.
20 inches afterwards. There's 4 feet, 8 inches left. So we have 3 feet out of that, which leaves us with 20 inches. So we're not expecting to serve the full meals that we have inside. There'll be smaller plates, cocktails.
So it's gonna be a limited
Yes.
menu
So
for
there won't be-
outside?
I'm sorry?
It'll be a limited menu for the outside then?
It'll be a smaller menu, yes, smaller plates. So I don't think anyone's gonna be able to have a full meal like they would inside.
All their plates are.
Right.
They're not big, none of their plates are big.
That's common size.
Yeah.
Because these
Yeah.
measurements are sort of similar, what was true to DCA.
And Michael, you're going to have a separation between the table and the sidewalk?
The barriers. Yes.
Yes.
Adding,
Yeah.
there's gonna be more notice, so it's almost
And-
5 feet.
The
Oh,
side,
we can
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can see, you can see here that you have done sidewalk cafe for a long time, Michael. You know how to do it.
Right. All right, so any more questions about the 11th Avenue side of the
That's
center?
good.
How about 26th Street?
Yeah.
Which is the other
good.
drawing, looks good? Okay, so Christine, if you look at the DOT form, which is the second page, I take it we have no comments to any of these comments related to the cafe setup, pedestrian flow, conflicts with existing curb use.
On the, hold on one second, on 26th Street, isn't it the place where we have a bus stop? And
I'm
where's the bus? You have a bus stop on 26th Street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where's the bus pole on your drawing?
And we have from what I see, we had a hydrant. We have a light pole, we have a bike rack, we have 2 bike racks.
Yeah.
But there is a bus, oh, this is on the 11th. Oh, no,
Bus stop's
no,
on the
no,
11th.
sorry. Forget about it.
Okay.
Okay. So we just have to say no comment.
Okay, so, no comments on setup, pedestrian flow or curb use.
Right.
Okay, and so we recommend approval. No additional changes. Wow, they should all be this easy. Thank you, Michael, for getting us off to a good start.
You have
So,
that?
no, wait, we gotta vote, but, so the only changes to the form will be, we're gonna carry over, we're gonna circle background to live music. And then repeat the stip from the prior form that says, any live music will be indoor only, acoustic only, and limited to no more than 6 performers at any one time.
Yes. That's fine.
So motion? And those in favor, second?
Oh, did we ask about the community?
So. No, is everybody in here?
No, there's no one.
Aye.
Aye, that one. Okay. Thank you for initiating. Initiating us. Number 11, 585 Sixth Avenue, Hummus and Pizza Company.
That is going to be involved.
Yes.
585,
Sixth Avenue.
yeah. So,
So who,
We have some-
bear with me.
Wait, so
who
who's,
is representing?
I'm here. Dave Pesso, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, make a presentation, please.
Wow, I don't think it was.
Hi, yeah, I'm the co-owner of the Hummus and Pita Company. We've been there about 14 years. We've had this sidewalk outside the seating for about the same time. Michael Kelly has been doing it for us all this time up until COVID. I didn't know that we could even use them again since then. We just filled out the application with the Department of DOT, and Nellie contacted us about getting it with you guys. We submitted everything, we posted, we put it in our window. We're not changing anything that we've had since the 4 years. We have the same 3 tables, the same 10 chairs. We're not adding anything. We have no music. We have nothing. Just people coming, sitting outside and having some falafel.
so, I went back and looked at your initial application in 2011. And the indoor capacity numbers were different then. They were higher. Are the numbers are the indoor numbers on your current form the right one?
Yeah, we you know, it's lowered since COVID. We took out tables and stuff like that.
Okay, so the ones you have here, maximum occupancy 58, 13 tables, 44 seats, those are the ones you're using now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. We have some prior steps already done.
So,
The bikes.
Yes, so you also had 2 prior steps, that you keep the bikes off the sidewalk when not in use.
and they are in the photograph.
And the bikes, when they're used to be marked clearly who they belong to.
That's the way we did it.
So you okay with those 2 things?
Yes, sir.
Any additional questions, comments?
Well, wait, before we get to the floor plan.
Of course, Christine has some.
Yeah.
Well, technically that third table shouldn't be there. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. Christine?
So the floor plan, so, you know, you're supposed to get 6th Avenue is supposed to get 10 feet of clearance.
Yes, we have that.
But you don't have that if you have a serving line. There's
No, we don't
serving.
serve. There's no serving. We don't have waitresses, it's just takeout.
Take out.
Yeah, it's just fast casual. They come, and if they want to sit outside, they take their food and they sit outside. No waitress service, no nothing.
Okay,
So the things I know.
but the furniture which is shown in the picture is not shown into the plan. So they are showing tables and then he has planters in front of them, which are not shown on the plan.
No, there's no
Yes.
place.
Right?
No, the plant is to the side now. It's not in front. There's nothing in front.
That's not the way it's shown in the picture, right?
Right, but then in the drawing, we changed it. There was only one planter that was in front. In the picture, they're all on the side.
Okay. What's the total?
But you are gonna need, the new rules require some kind of fencing along the lawn.
Yeah, we're gonna have a stanchion.
Okay,
Where's the stanchion?
He's gonna put one in, he said.
Yeah, we're gonna put
Okay.
one in, a removable stanchion, yeah.
and that will make sure that we've got the full 10 feet of clearance.
Yes, sir.
The thing I don't understand is that you have the street lights. And here you are not showing the street lights.
This is on 16th.
No, the street lights it's in the drawing. You see the street
What?
and the fire hydrant.
There's hydrant, see on the left of the drawing.
6th Avenue. Right, we have a hydrant and we have a light, and they are not shown on the drawing.
They're on
They
the far
are.
left.
But they are not on the far left, they are in the middle.
Okay, oh, you're saying they're in the wrong place.
Right. They are
No,
right in the
that's, no,
middle.
that's where they are. They're in the far left. They're not in the middle. They're at the end of my locations between me and,
Almost at the brick wall.
So what you need to do is you need to remove that table, which is across that.
why?
That table, you don't have the clearance between.
Yes,
that
we
thing
do.
and-
It's, we do. From the table, from the table to the fire hydrant is 12 feet.
No.
You see, two of these pictures are a little clearer.
That's
There's
8,
no way.
that's 8 feet.
That's a 5 and
Yeah.
3, it's 8 feet.
Okay, so this picture's a little confusing. This one's a little better than this one.
You see? Right.
You see, it is.
Yeah, but this is right across from
So
the
you don't think,
table.
you don't think that's.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
This is like a 5 flag and 3 flag.
Oh, yeah.
This is 8, this is not 10. So this has to go, and potentially this has to go. I think it should be, and then this one is in front of the property next door, which is illegal.
What's
Right,
in
so this
front
is-
of what property?
This is in front of the other property.
This is a parking lot.
No, that's,
Right.
that's my landlord's property. It's just a parking lot. It's a
It's
parking.
supposed to be in front, it's supposed to be in front of your establishment, not your landlord property. That's the way the rules read.
Just took away all 3 of his tables.
Yeah, you can, well, I mean, you should keep essentially one table. There is one table to be left on the, to move, and the other table to move, and that's one table left.
So wait, just make it, hold on. Just walk, I'm sorry, I was having a hard time
Right.
following what you were saying, so can you just walk it through what your reasoning is, because I just couldn't follow pictures.
Here is that picture.
Yeah, I got you, okay,
This is in front of a table.
the full light pole,
Right.
it's in front of the table,
It needs to go away.
and the reason for that is because,
It doesn't have the, right, it doesn't have a clear.
okay, so we're,
Okay.
so.
We are one down.
And hold on,
Wait,
so the understanding there is that what he's measuring in his drawing is different than what you believe you see there.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a dispute in terms of what someone's drawing versus what a picture is
Right,
telling us.
so
That's one. Hold on.
We don't
That's
have a
one.
dispute.
No, but what I'm saying is, in the drawing, he's marking it a certain distance.
Right.
You're saying that inaccurate, okay, I'm just trying to.
Then we have this table,
Which
which
is-
is in front, which is
Yeah,
not.
follow that one, that's
This
two.
one is gone.
That's two.
So
I can move that table over.
Thank you,
Sorry, wait a second, we'll get back to you, I'm trying to confer it.
Right?
I think she's saying the other ones, so this is in front of
That
the-
table,
in front of the-
that table is.
Yeah, that.
Of a parking
This
lot.
is in front of, this was we saying this.
And the other one is
That
8
one.
feet,
Yeah.
it's a 5.
This one.
No, the clear
But
path
this is 4
is
feet.
take over for.
Okay.
The sidewalk.
The
and
clear
dog
path is-
street.
I'm just trying to get the logic, of it.
Ten
if someone
feet.
draws something, and it's 12.
Yeah.
So the sidewalks are 4. Those
Okay, that's what, okay, that's all I just wanted.
Sorry, everybody. Zoom can't hear you all because
Right,
everyone's
we're not-
talking
it's all
at the same
separate
time.
discussions. It's all separate discussions at the moment.
Okay.
People are trying to explain things to each other.
Yes, he's saying 10.
We'll get back to one group shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, the good old sidewalk cafe where we have all this discussion, you have not seen those for a while,
Yeah.
but it's, so that's what, the single most important thing is the clear path,
Which it has to be 10 feet.
which has to be 10 feet, right?
Which I have more than 10 feet. I have more than 10 feet.
You don't have more than 10 feet in front of the
Lamppost,
the lamppost.
Of course I do. Of course I do. From the lamppost to my building is almost 16 feet. My table is only 40 inches.
From the internal, well, wait, what are those sidewalk blocks are what, 5 feet, Christine?
Yes.
He's getting rid of those.
No, I'm talking about the actual.
The
Slab.
Slabs. So each slab is 5 feet, so it looks like from your own photos
You have 8
that it's
feet.
8 feet from the lamppost
Right,
to the table,
yes,
not 10.
right.
I don't have the pictures in front of me. I mean, I have what I measured.
So I think, you know, what we can do is just raise our issues and let the DOT has to say whether we are right or wrong, you know?
Right.
But the plan is not reflective of what the reality is. You don't have 12 feet to the table there, you have 8 feet.
He's got 12 probably to his building.
Again, that's why in the past, we always did a walkthrough.
Right, that's.
And that's what we need to do from going forward, is every time there is a sidewalk cafe, we need to go walk and look at it. Because that is not the first time it's happened, it has happened many times before. Because people get confused.
We haven't done that in a long time.
Right,
Yeah.
we've lost our touch.
We haven't done sidewalk cafe.
So we need to go back and verify somebody who lives on Sixth Avenue should be going and measuring that thing.
Yes.
What's
You
the
know.
cross street?
6 and 16.
16 and 17, so we need to do that all the time.
Next week.
And we need to do
So
that.
wait, when does Nelly, when do our comments, when are our comments on this due?
Well, we can send the comments with the worst case scenario and then go.
Yeah, if we
measure.
can measure.
One of these is. for
Which one
tomorrow.
are we discussing? I'm sorry.
Number 11.
11. I believe that one is due the 22nd, which really means the 21st, because the 22nd is a Saturday.
It's 29th according to the.
Oh,
form.
that one's okay, so that one's the 29th.
So we should, I mean, I volunteer to go with anybody who is.
Okay, and do you wanna coordinate with the applicants so you can try to like
Measure it together.
measure together?
No disagreement.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is gonna be disagreement over.
Okay, so.
because
then
it's definitely more than 12 feet, my sidewalk. My sidewalk's at least 16 feet. 100,
It's not, that's not the point. The point is it has to be 12 feet from the closest edge of the lamp post and the hydrant, not from the curb.
And from those cafe,
Yeah,
so once you take those two things out,
That's.
we'll just check it out,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. That's no problem.
I believe right now is that we need to remove two tables, the table in front of the parking and the other table.
okay.
And we can go and.
I could always move the small table over to the left. That's no big deal.
Well,
It doesn't need to be in front of the parking lot. It's,
What we're gonna
Wait
do.
1 second. Who's gonna go? Christine and Inga? Are you gonna go as well?
I'm gonna be away for a week, so
Okay.
I would.
All right. Nellie, can you organize the time for Christine and the applicant to meet, to look at the
Yeah.
sidewalk cafe?
And
with us?
Bert,
I'm gonna go.
come with us.
And Bert.
Oh, yeah, you're.
Okay.
I mean,
No, I didn't.
Oh, you want to
post it, I might be around.
I'm
If I
leaving
want to.
But then the fundamental thing is that we need a drawing, at the end, we need a drawing which will present what it
Okay, well,
is.
you can, once you agree on how many tables there are and where they can be, you can ask him to do, I mean, he did this one himself, so he can do a new drawing.
right.
Okay,
Okay, so we are saying,
When's the deadline? The 29th.
29.
I could go on the 26th.
Well, I don't know the 26, but let's say.
That's.
Yeah, let's keep some flexibility.
The 29th, the 29th is a Saturday, so the comments have to be in on the 28th.
Right.
So that's getting a little tight. We should
Yes.
probably try to-
Okay. Okay, all right, so that's, one.
So wait, so we're taking some kind of vote here?
When you come, you approve subject to the
Subject to
measurement.
the measurements, yeah.
Okay, and again, we're carrying over the stip about delivery bikes being kept off the sidewalk and not in use and marked to the operators.
Except they are on the sidewalk.
Well, I'm just saying, we're gonna,
this is the steps from the
this
previous.
is the prior stip.
The next one is as much fun.
Okay, well, wait, we got Nellie, anyone from the community?
There's no one with a raised hand.
Okay. So where are we going with this?
We got a vote.
What are we voting on?
Yes.
the application with the additional stip about bikes. And we will delegate to you and Christine, trying to work something out with the applicant, but otherwise submitting our recommendation that the 10-foot clearance be, if you, hopefully we'll reach agreement on a 10-foot clearance. And if you can't, we'll fill out the form that says we want the 10-foot clearance from
And
all the
therefore, we
instructions.
want to remove those.
Yeah, from the hydrant and street lamp and everything else.
Okay. Are we voting on this?
Okay, we're gonna vote, yeah, motion?
Motion second.
Favor, all present.
Aye.
And Mike, yes, okay. Our final item on the agenda is number 12. 168th Avenue, Andres CH LLC.
Hi, everyone. Donald Bernstein on behalf of the licensee, the applicant
Hi,
Manan with me. This is, so Manan has been operating D'Andrea at this location since November of last year. It was formerly Mexicu, which had both street sidewalk seating and the roadbed seating. We agreed when we came before you in connection with our liquor license application to remove the outdoor seating until DOT finalized their rules. So that's why we filed this when we did with DOT, and we're back here. We're currently operating under a temp permit. So after we get the permanent license, then we'll file the alteration to add the sidewalk seating and the roadbed seating. But we've already filed with DOT for the permits. You may recall that Manan has another D'Andrea at 35 West 13th Street that he's operated for a few years. Very charming place, just like this one. I think it's a little smaller, if I remember correctly. But he also has roadbed seating there, which is really quite beautiful. And he's had it there for a number of years without any issues. We did do some significant outreach. It's all set forth in the questionnaire. Manan spoke with Michael Glassman from the 100 and 200 West 18th Street Block Association, and we got a rather supportive letter from him that we've attached to our papers. They are fully supportive of the seating that we're seeking. The sidewalk seating is on both 18th Street and 8th Avenue. Is a total of 10 tables with 20 seats. They are all two tops. The clearance from those tables to the curb cut is 10 feet. There are some other things in the sidewalk. There are street lights, tree beds. The minimum clearance is 8 feet from one of the tree pits. The rest of them, I think, are over 9 feet. Well, there's another one that's to a manhole that's 8 feet 9 inches. The roadbed seating will have 24 tables and 48 seats. The hours for the outdoor space would be closing at 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. There's not going to be any music outdoors. And I think that's it.
Just a couple of technical questions, Donald, before we get into the measurements. I don't know if you heard what I said at the start. We've been wrestling with whether these are new applications or alterations.
Yeah.
You called yours an alteration, but this is in fact only the DOT piece, right?
Well, it's a new, yeah. I mean, I guess I found the questionnaire confusing because I don't think your questionnaire is geared just towards DOT seating. It sort of seems to be encompassing the entire premises. So I thought it was misleading to call it a new application because it's not a new application. It's a new application for outdoor seating. So I think you should just let us know. I don't know if you're going to revise your questionnaire at all, but you should let us know what you want. I mean, ultimately, we're filing new with DOT, alteration with SLA.
Yeah, our thinking was, since this one is only DOT, it's new for the outdoor space. And then when we get the 30-day notice, we'll ask you to fill out an alteration one for the SLA and hopefully not come back. We'll just compare them, and if they're the same.
I mean, that's fine, but as you said, this is the first time for you, first time for us to fill this out.
So I think we'll, for the moment, let's make this new just so it's consistent with what we've been doing today. And then on page 7, this again may just be the wording of the question. About a third of the way down, this is for the outdoor dining sidewalk. Will there be no amplified music per the law? You said no. I think we're saying is.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually spoke to Jules about that today. That was supposed to have been corrected. The answer to that is
Okay,
yes.
so yes, there will be no bananas.
Yes,
there will be no.
yes, no.
Yes,
The answer is no.
yes, there will be no live music. Okay, and then just for consistency, we'll repeat the steps from your prior form. The live music inside is limited to 12:30 to 3:30 Saturday, Sundays only. And no store enclosure on the 18 inches, okay?
Yeah.
Versus the one that's in the picture,
Yeah.
that's bigger than my apartment.
Right.
Wait, say that again?
So the store enclosure in your picture is enormous.
I'm
More than
sorry,
18 inches.
I didn't hear that. What's enormous?
The storm enclosure,
It's illegal.
It's illegal. Why is it illegal?
more than 18 inches.
I'm sorry?
It's more than 18 inches from the building.
It's only allowed to extend from the building 18 inches out. So the depth,
Which is, I'm sure they have.
of course, they signed a stip saying
It's
that.
just it's what your diagram shows, but whether it actually is. Yeah.
No, it's still a
It's-
picture with it.
Oh, is it?
It's-
Yeah, it's
There's a picture with it.
small.
Back in September of last year, you agreed to a stip that any storm enclosure won't extend more than 18 inches from the building facade, which is our understanding of the law as well. And all we're saying is the one shown in the picture doesn't comply with that.
Manon, who did this drawing for you?
It's
It's not the picture.
No, I know, but they did the measurements. I'm just trying to understand who did it.
Who did what?
It's a photo.
He's asking to
We
the.
took the picture of the applicant.
I'm not looking at the photo. I'm looking at the floor plan.
That's right. It's huge. And it's huge and it's there all the time, so I think.
And it's in the photo of your left sidewalk 18th Street, you can see it.
So it's a simple fix, remove it.
What are you saying to remove? I'm not following what you're saying.
A storm enclosure, do you remember that it is my.
Oh, you're talking about the
obsession?
storm you're talking about the storm enclosure.
Right,
It needs to be.
I didn't know that's what you were talking about.
right.
Okay, so you're saying that we had agreed not to have the storm enclosure.
Yeah,
Bigger than 18 inches.
right.
Manon, I see it. You're talking about the blue storm enclosure. Manon, do you understand what they're saying?
No, I mean, I'm sorry, I kind of lost you guys.
The storm enclosure by your entrance, that with that blue canvas, whatever that is,
The blue, okay.
that's your storm enclosure by your door, by your entrance.
Yeah, that's the best view on the back door. So we actually put that during the winter, and then we took it off during the summer. Well, I mean, it's already gone now.
All right, the point is that, sir, that it is illegal, the size of the thing is illegal. It's
By
supposed
law,
to be.
it can only be 18 inches. It can only extend 18 inches from the side of the building.
So 18
So
inches
you-
from the back of the building. Okay, that's fine. In the future, I can do 18 inches.
So you have to buy a new one and get rid of this
No,
one,
they cut them.
or cut it, whatever you want, but it has to be
Yeah,
much
good.
smaller.
So for next season, you have to correct it.
18 inches it is. Don't worry. I'll tell the guys who did this for me. Then they will cut it and do 18 inches.
Okay, so let's do the roadway first, because that's when we're gonna get the comments in tomorrow.
No, I think the roadway is fine.
Anyone have any
I
comments?
just have a note about both. Christine, and maybe I've not seen here. What's the rule about distance from crosswalk?
Yeah, 10 feet.
10 feet? Okay.
Also
We're okay
10
here?
feet.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Nellie, before we get into this, is there anyone from the community with comments?
No, there's no one with a raised hand.
In the.
Okay, and as Donald said, the 100, 200 West 18th Street Block Association submitted a letter, said they've been a wonderful.
Hold on.
Wait,
Yeah, okay.
Christine,
All right,
So the block association said, DeAndre has been a wonderful addition to the block. I and another member of block association operating rating committee met with the proprietor to review his plans. He confirmed the plans comport with the current requirements. We're comfortable that the outdoor dining operation will be run in a manner that will be not detrimental to the residents on our block and will in fact be a welcome option. We are fully supportive of approval. And then we also got one letter from a community member urging us to deny it. Do you have it right there, Greg?
Please deny approval for a sidewalk cafe and Roadway Cafe on 68th Avenue. We already have so many in the neighborhood. The right to quiet enjoyment of our homes has been denied. They just produce too much noise in the area, already suffering from too many other sidewalk and roadway cafes.
Thanks.
Is there going to be any music in that?
No, they said, there was a little confusion on the answer. They said no, no music.
From the measurement, as I can see, the roadway is good.
Okay, anybody have any comments on the roadway?
No.
So we will submit a form saying we have no comments, no suggested modifications on the road, correct?
Yeah.
What are the hours?
So then.
The hours of 10 and 11, right, Donald?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better than the.
Yeah.
Than the law. Right, better than the.
Okay, on to the sidewalk. Anybody?
Okay, so the site, Donald, can you confirm that this is a section where it's 10 feet or 8 feet, the clearance?
From what I read, it's 10 feet to the curb and 8 feet from the obstructions in the sidewalk.
No, the clear path is 8 feet.
Their form says 10 feet.
Therefore, okay.
The form said it's a regional.
Clear path, yeah, the clear path is showing 10 feet.
10 feet, right. So the only problem that you have there, or we have, is that there is no service aisle. So it looks like you have your table against the wall, which is fine, but then where are the people supposed to serve from? And they are supposed to be serving from inside the cafe. So some people put the tables further away and create an aisle, or you have to put your barricade away and create an aisle. And then the measurement is from the barricade. So, I mean, so it just kind of doesn't work.
No.
Interesting.
Manan, does your measurement here show room for a service aisle?
So it's total, the sidewalk is about 13 feet. And if you put 2 feet for the table, you have 3 feet for service. And then you have 8 feet clearance, and 8 feet clearance also, what do you call that? From table to the tree bit, and also from actually, if you count the services all the way, it's like open.
I'm talking about the avenue right there. I'm not talking about the street, right? We're taking one piece at a time.
Yes.
So on the avenue, your distance currently from the drawing is 10 feet. But there is no, I mean, there is 1 feet, then 1 foot for serving aisle. So you can't put somebody serving.
Well, wait, how?
13 feet.
Yeah.
13, okay, you're right.
So the measurement, well, it shows the 10 feet clear pass is 10 feet. And this cafe is 3 feet, so if the table is 2 feet, right? It leaves you 1 foot.
1 foot, which is
For
not
the
enough
serving
for
aisle,
service.
which is not viable.
Right, Donald, did you see the measurement issue we're raising on the avenue?
So the avenue, the clear path is showing 12 feet.
Nope, 10.
10.
On the avenue.
I have one thing. Like, I mean, avenues in the future. My plan is to keep it like a shorter sitting, just only on the 18th streets. So 8th Avenue, I am not.
Wait,
I am
I'm
not.
looking at this wrong
Yeah,
picture.
so as I see it, the sidewalk there is 15 feet.
Right.
And they have a 12-foot clear path.
Wait, I was looking at the wrong.
I was looking
picture.
at the street too.
I'm looking at 8th Avenue, it's showing a 12-foot clear path.
1 second, let us discuss this here.
And this is
Okay,
the-
so if the sidewalk is 15 feet, you have 2 feet for tables. Okay, so the sidewalk's 15 feet on the avenue. you have 2 feet for tables, 3 feet for the service aisle, which still leaves you a 10-foot clear path.
Yes.
Right?
Is the clear path from the curb to the?
No,
No, the clear path is the service aisle, the clear path is from the curb to the sidewalk.
no. The clear path is from the first obstruction to
Right.
the.
Well, yes, but if there are no obstructions.
There's
Right, but I mean,
We'll deal with obstructions in a minute. Ordinarily, the clear path is from the curb to the start of the sidewalk cafe. And the sidewalk cafe has to include space for the tables and to be able to serve the tables without going outside the confines. So putting aside obstructions at Ninth Avenue,
on A.
I'm sorry, on the avenue, yeah. He's got enough space because he's got 10-foot clear path.
Yeah, but you have a fire hydrant.
Wait a second, I'm trying to.
One at a time.
Okay, so then we go to the obstructions.
Right,
Right, the hydrant.
and you have a fire hydrant, so he has 10 feet from the sidewalk cafe to the fire hydrant without
The
a
3
serving
foot.
line.
Right, there's no 3-foot serving line.
So that's same situation.
Okay, now we'll go back to Donald and the applicant. You see what?
Yeah,
So if you took out this one table in front of the fire hydrant, you could keep those two then. technically.
No,
shouldn't be.
I mean, but technically, most
Yeah,
of the building
shouldn't.
campus.
no, it wouldn't work with the light pole either on the other corner.
Right, it doesn't work with the light pole, it doesn't
So
work
we
with
have
the
one
other.
table.
So, Donald, see what we're saying? That we agree the sidewalk is 15 feet. Which would allow you a 5-foot sidewalk cafe and the 10-foot clearance. But when you work in the fire hydrant distance, you lose the 10 feet, because that only leaves you 3 feet for the sidewalk cafe.
Yeah. Yeah,
This was actually.
I thought the clearance for that is for a fire hydrant. I gotta look it up.
Fire hydrant is, we're pretty sure is 10 feet, right, Christine?
say that again.
Fire hydrant clearance?
8 feet.
says 8 feet.
Oh, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But under clearances for clear path, it says
Yeah, but,
8th Avenue corridor is 12 feet,
right,
10 feet for 9th,
right,
10th Avenue,
it just doesn't work,
and then all the other ways.
right. It
So
just
fire
doesn't-
hydrant, I think a fire hydrant needs 8 feet.
No, I mean, the way to read the regulation is that your clear path has to be from the obstruction to the border of the cafe.
I don't think,
And then-
I thought the clear path was to the curb cut.
No, it says that explicitly. It says, the clear path is measured from the outer edge of the perimeter of the sidewalk cafe to the nearest element or object, including the pedestrian ramp installed or affixed to the sidewalk. So the clear path goes first, and then you have the other measurement, which are really side to side more than anything else. The other measurements are measured side to side and not as a depth of the, and I agree that it is confusing. And we should raise that with DOT saying it's confusing.
So how do we determine if 8th Avenue is the regional corridor or the global corridor? Well,
You click on the PowerPoint, the link, which you don't have here.
Yeah, but their form said it was a regional, their form agrees it's a regional park. And they need a 10-foot clear path.
10. So they can't have anything over there on that
It
side.
doesn't look like it.
No, so they can't even have,
That would be
Yeah.
obstructions, right?
We have the situation on many things on Ninth Avenue, because now the measurement is bigger.
So Donald, so I guess where we're coming out based on our understanding is you need 10 feet from the obstructions, which include the fire hydrant and the street light and everything else. And that does not give you, that only gives you 3 feet for sidewalk cafe, which is not big enough.
All right, let me,
Again, we're talking about the side.
Okay,
Are there, you have issues on 18th Street as well?
Oh, I don't know, okay, so that's our position on 8th Avenue, let's look at this.
Well, on 18th Street, if you can live with a 2 feet, you know, 2, 3, I think if you are saying your tables are 2 feet and the clear path is 10 and we take 2 feet out of that, that will give you a 3 feet high.
Right.
And then we can work that.
So you're okay with what you have?
But well, the drawing is not accurate. The drawing has to be redone to show the 3 feet high, right? And the 8 feet clear path. Because we don't see the 8 feet clear path and we don't see any serving line.
Yeah, we need to see the serving line.
Right.
Well, let's abandon the serving out concept, because that's not in the rules anymore.
No, it is in the rules.
No, it just says there has to be enough space to serve within the sidewalk. cafe.
Okay, so what do you want to call that? The thing that let them to serve from inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
That's what I call the serving aisle.
Okay, but I'm just saying it's not necessarily 3 feet anymore, the
No,
way it used to be.
no. But here we are able to make it 3 feet if the tables are small enough.
Yeah. Because it only has to be 8 feet, the clear path only has to be 8 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And still to the 3 feet, you're going to be a little, you know, shy of that,
Well,
but
there's-
that's
Yeah,
fine.
Well, except they've left clearance going, they've left a lot of space.
9 feet on one side, but only 8 feet on the other.
Well,
It
not
only has to be 8 feet.
It's not going to be 8 feet, because there's
Oh,
zero,
yeah.
Where?
zero person could walk through there to
Yeah,
serve.
the other one, they have to lose a table at least.
Yeah, the,
So the clear path doesn't have to be 3 feet?
No, clear path
Or
is
or
the
not-
space,
The
no,
serving-
the serving aisle,
yeah, but a person has to be able to walk
Yeah.
through, so.
It has to
unless-
be enough.
unless you are
realistic.
serving from inside the building,
Right,
right?
well,
Windows open and you serve from inside, then you don't need, you need 0.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So that, right.
I
Frank,
think we lost audio.
You guys are muted.
you're on mute. Frank,
We don't hear you.
we can't hear you.
Is it better?
You can hear us
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
So
Sorry.
we need to lose one table on the side street. On the western side,
close to the tree,
yeah,
because
You're
there's
looking at the
no,
one where it says restaurant frontage, that table there. That's 8 feet.
I'm getting lost into the.
so you see the doors and then, well, the tables are all numbered, they're not numbered, so.
It's by the back door of the vestibule.
Yeah,
You're talking the what,
It's-
of the 3 by that back door, you're talking about the one on the left.
yes. The one closest to the tree where there says 8 feet,
Right, that's what I meant.
that one table
Which
has
one
to
has
go
to go?
away.
So Manon, they're saying that one table is non-compliant, you'd have to remove that table.
Okay, that's
Right.
As
fine.
well as the ones on 8th Avenue.
Yeah, and the one on 8th Avenue are to go. Do you have the documents from the Dropbox?
Well, he could have one
Yeah.
table on 8th Avenue,
Your thing, your something?
the
No,
farthest
because I
one.
want to click on the.
Oh, I did, I clicked on it. When
And
you-
so what you see, the map shows 8th Avenue, and I think at 23rd Street, it changes, it's not 10 feet anymore. And, where are you? You are on this?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
right,
opened a
right.
minute ago and then oh, no, it's on the iPad. Don't quit.
Okay, oops. Where?
On that.
Can you just do that? Okay.
Yeah.
How do I, can you go down?
Yeah.
No, what are we looking at right now?
I'm
What-
trying to go at the map,
I'll
right,
take
this
the
map.
path.
Well, the United States.
Clear path varies depending on what kind of. You can see it's checking up the map. see what the maps.
Yeah, to make sure we are not.
So what is our?
There's gonna be well, our action is, if they agree with us, we submit a form that says they made these changes. If not, we say we propose these changes, they wouldn't agree, but we still want.
No. No.
This is the thing, this one.
What's the address?
What?
It's a-
Oh, very good
160,
idea.
168.
Donald, we're trying to figure out what the clear path requirements are.
Okay, so that's a yellow, just go up now. Just let's go up.
Just makes it.
No, I want to go up. The document. Here, so it's here, the original corridor, so it's a 10.
Okay.
Okay, so we are confirmed, it's 10 feet.
On the avenue.
Yes.
And 8 feet on the street.
Yes.
Okay, Donald, so I guess our reading of this is that the measurements do not allow any tables on the avenue and would require the elimination of that one table where you have 3 tables
See what's
on the side street. You'd have to get rid of the one nearest the tree.
So I think getting rid of that one nearest the tree on 18th is not a problem. Amon already said that. And you're saying that as you read it, none of the tables on 8th Avenue are compliant?
Only one.
No.
No.
Oh, none?
As we read it, you need 10 feet, you need a 10-foot square path from the hydrant and the signs.
Right.
And the signs that have knocked, all of those from some direction or other do not allow for 10 feet with the tables and a reasonable space to serve from.
Yeah, so I'd have to go back and review that and confirm it, speak to whoever did these measurements and did these clearances. I don't.
Okay, so here's what I suggest, Donald.
There is somebody with a raised hand. Oh, you're gone. Oh, here.
Oh, Manon, you hear what they're saying?
Yeah.
They're saying that they believe 8th Avenue is non-compliant. We'd have to go back and check.
That's fine. I mean, you don't have to go back and, I mean, I agree to it, Donald, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. 8th Avenue, I want to make it into like a easy operations like I always do. 8th Avenue will be no table. And we will take that one table from the back entrance where it's closest to the tree. So you have enough clearance.
Okay. So Donald, we're gonna hear from some of the community, but I don't want to waste more time here. Can you and I talk? We gotta get we have until the 22nd for the Sidewalk Cafe piece. So can you and I think we've reached agreement. I just don't know how we submit this on the form, whether you need new drawings or how we do this. So
yeah, sure. We can do it.
We could do what we used to do.
Cross them out.
Cross it out and then say the applicant has agreed to do this, and
Right.
then we
put down,
we
form
have
says,
questions.
the form says, the community board recommends approval with modifications.
Right.
We put down what we want, and then we say applicant acknowledges and agrees.
And here's an.
And if they don't,
No, I think they've agreed,
No, I mean for 8th Avenue.
Okay, he's agreed.
Okay, all right, so then you do that exactly.
Yeah, but Donald, I'll look at the form more carefully and let's talk about how we fill it out, just for now and the future, so we get off on the right track.
Okay, now we have.
But conceptually, we're in agreement, right? We're getting rid of the avenue tables.
We're removing 4 tables.
Yeah, okay.
Now we have somebody from the community has a hand raised.
Yeah.
No, I don't see hand raised.
Oh, we had a hand raised before.
No, there's one.
Okay.
Thank you to the applicant for being so easy to work with.
And for staying up until the middle of the night.
Do we need to vote on that?
Sorry about that. Yes, we do.
And then.
Okay.
With modification.
So.
Right?
Yes. Three modifications.
And then Frank, when we do the alteration months from now, we'll send you a new notice and the same steps would apply.
Right, and as long as you repeat everything we did with the changes, we won't have you have to come with this, do it administratively.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Don. Yeah.
Very quick.
Okay, quiet, everybody.
Thank you very much. Very quick before we adjourn, has anyone experienced Bar Bonobo on 8th Avenue? And I could not find it I feel like it's a new bar that I could not find as having applied with us. The address is 184 8th Avenue. But I'm hoping Nelly can maybe help me out on pulling up any of their applications, because they are open till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning every night. Their doors are always open and their speakers are facing outwards, blasting music. The crowds are absurd, and it is what it is. But more importantly, we've had applicants apply around that area who we're holding to a certain standard.
Yes.
And they are not even close to the
8th
standard.
Avenue.
8th Avenue between, I want to say 15th, 8th Avenue between. What is that?
What is it
Between
called?
17th and 18th.
Bar no.
Bar Bonobo.
Oh, we're just.
One-
No,
Yeah.
what we did, they came.
They
Yeah,
came.
yeah.
They came.
Alright, so then we're.
So we need to pull the.
I can't find it.
See what the hours were.
Yeah.
What is the address?
184 8th Avenue. I mean, on the website, it's open for 4 AM every day.
Bonobo.
Every day, 4 AM today. I can't imagine us approving.
Well, unless, what was it before? If
Yeah.
before it was 4 AM. I'm not saying that's the case, but.
Either way, I mean, like, so, I mean,
But the
obviously.
music and the window.
All right.
Anyway,
It's here, so we would just.
Nelly, can you find the skips for this location, both the current ones and the prior ones? And, send them to, I guess, Jesse.
But then what
Yes,
we
I'll
do-
I'll take a look, see what I find. I'm out of the office tomorrow, but I will send them to you by Thursday. Hopefully I find them by Thursday.
Thanks, Nelly.
Okay?
I mean, I don't know what we normally do when we're gonna do 311 or we can, but that's just, I just wanna make sure that it went.
Well,
I just wanna compare to what we even
If
said.
there are structural things that are in violation of steps, like the speakers,
Yeah,
we
What
can.
about open doors?
We can have, Nelly or Jesse call the applicant and try to work it out.
okay,
And if they disagree, then we decide how we want to dispose.
We have a
Okay.
similar problem up farther on 9 with Canuck. I've had a number of people in the building complain. And have you heard them?
No.
Yeah.
They're enthusiastic. They're
Their
enthusiastic.
doors are wide open, their
Okay.
windows are wide open, and they're screaming out on the streets.
or is Barry raising you're saying good night?
Good night.
Yeah.
Really nice to see you all.
All right.
Well, that's.
Okay, so we're gonna do this one. Yeah, do you want us to?
You know, but-
Wait,
Canuck, yes, please. 'cause
why don't you email that after?
I've had a number of residents come from that building.
Which
Canuck, it's on 9th Avenue, right next to, like, a few doors down from
The sports bar.
Chelsea.
It's the Canadian bar that we.
Yeah.
We
Well,
really
we found it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's right near Chelsea.
That's where
Square
we're
on
getting.
it.
They've had some events recently.
Will we ever?
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Wait, Frank, Bert,
Yeah.
I need you to send me the recommendations for hold on, 168th Avenue.
Meet Del Broadway?
Yes, because they're due
I'll
tomorrow.
talk to I'll talk to Jesse tomorrow. We're okay with it.
Okay,
So I'll deal with Jesse on it. Jesse, Bodie.
okay, thank you. And Jesse,
Everything else I'm leaving on the table here.
Speakers or no?
Yeah. Okay.
okay. And Jesse, I found the tips. I will send them to you. Jesse, did you hear me?
She found the steps.
Oh, thank you. Do you mind sending them to me?
Yeah, send them to me
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then the other thing